Hi everybody, welcome or welcome back to my channel. It's Pluto of Pluto's Muse here, back with another timeless pick a card reading, and this one is in honor of the full flower moon in Scorpio that is occurring on May the 1st of 2026. Now this is a timeless pick a card reading, so whenever you see this, whether you see it during the moon, after the moon, a year from now is when it should resonate most. Please take what resonates and leave the rest. This is a general reading, so everything may not resonate, and that's completely fine. If you enjoy this reading, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Turn on your notification bells. Check the description box down below to book a personal reading. Book a personal reading if you need further guidance. You have 3 options to choose from on the screen. Please choose more than one if you feel drawn to more than one. And let's get started. Hi, pile 1. You are the pile that chose the scorpion necklace and the amethyst crystal. Now, pile 1. First off, pile 1, thank you so much for tuning into the channel. I don't know if you are a first-time viewer or if you are someone that is always here, but I appreciate you. And this pile, I'm going to tell you in advance, this pile might be long. I don't want it to be. I don't want it to be long. I'm trying to get the messages out and get you guys on your way, but I really have a feeling this pile might be long. God, if if you have it in you to just give me a message to kind of go through and get it out the way, I would love that. But I have a feeling the message is going to be long because I was channeling so much before getting into your pile, and I thought it was interesting because I'm like, why am I picking up on all these signs? Like, why am I like feeling so much before I get in this? And of course, you know, it is a Scorpio moon. So Scorpio does tap into energy, or not even just Scorpio, but scorpionic energy, regardless if you have Scorpio placements or not. Some of you that chose this pile do have Scorpio placements. You could just be operating from the scorpionic house in your chart, right? It's either your 8th house or wherever Scorpio is placed in your chart. This may be activated at this time. But there's something here about like just like feeling everything, and I feel like everything that I was picking up on prior to actually getting in your pile, it just felt like it had a meaning. So I'm going to tell you everything that I was picking up on, even down to, first off, this reading is so premeditated. Okay. Maybe it's because I am a Scorpio. For those of you that know, who don't know, I am a Scorpio. I'm a Scorpio stellium, so I have more than one planet in Scorpio, more than one placement in Scorpio. So I feel like I need to get this reading out the way because I don't know how I'm going to feel on Friday. I might just want to chill. I might just want to sleep. You know, I might just want to loaf. I just have no idea. I might want to moon gaze. I really don't know what I'm going to be doing on Friday. But right now, I feel like I have to get it out the way. So I'm filming this reading like days beforehand. Maybe some of you guys like to talk, you know, maybe some of you enjoy just listening to a reading. Maybe some of you enjoy my readings. If you do, I appreciate you. We're going to talk. We're going to talk today because there is a lot that came up. Now, part of the reason why there's a lot is because there is a lot that I got off of the actual piece that you chose. Most of you that chose this pile, you knew that this was a necklace. If you don't know that this is a necklace, right? I think I'm going to put it in the description, so I'm sure you'll know. But the meaning behind the necklace and like the story behind the woman who designed the necklace is so intricate that I had to do some research on it. Something inside of me was like, I really want to find a piece of scorpion jewelry. Like, I know there has to be a famous piece of jewelry designed after Scorpio. I don't know why I felt like that was a thing. I'm like, it just seems like that would be a thing. I'm sure people, if you follow any of the trends in the fashion industry and things like that, animal prints are like making a new wave in the, another reoccurring wave in the fashion community. So some of you guys, maybe you're liking a lot of animal prints. Maybe you're seeing a lot of, you know, zebra and leopard and cheetah and all of that stuff. Or maybe you've been thinking about buying pieces like that. Of course, faux fur or faux print, but I would hope nobody's killing real cheetahs, God forbid. But yeah, some of you guys could be looking at a lot of animal print stuff, or you're seeing people wear it and you're like, oh yeah. Now, to me, I'm like, there has to be a piece of jewelry, a bag, I don't know. At first I thought about using the varsity jacket from the movie Drive. I don't know if anybody in here, again, maybe you're loafing, pile one, maybe you're taking time to rest and chill or whatever it is. If you are, maybe you're watching movies. And maybe some of you should watch the movie Drive. Drive is featuring Ryan Gosling. Ryan Gosling is a Scorpio as well. But in that movie, he has a scorpion varsity jacket. And I thought about using that, but then I was like, no, like, I don't know if I really want to channel off of the jacket. Not because it's not a cool jacket and, you know, not because I don't love Ryan Gosling, but it's one of those things where it's like, it just wasn't connecting with me. I was going to use it and then I was like, nah, I don't think I'm going to use it. So then I was like, let me look up a piece of jewelry. And the piece of jewelry I found, I was like, famous pieces of scorpion jewelry or Scorpio themed jewelry. The piece that I found was the scorpion pendant made by Elsa Peretti. Okay. Now we're going to get into Elsa Peretti in a second. Look at I feel so long-winded. We're going to get into Elsa Peretti in a second because Elsa Peretti, God rest her soul, she was actually born today. She was, funny enough, born today. So I found this piece of jewelry, this famous scorpion piece of jewelry made by this designer that was born today. She has passed away. That's what I'm saying, God rest her soul. But what a beautiful woman. What an interesting backstory. Some of y'all may relate to this backstory. It may be relevant to the pile. Now, two things I want to highlight though, because I'm already 5 minutes in. God. Two things I want to highlight that I picked up on. One, the reading feels very energetically high, okay? It's intense. I don't know what's going on. I'm not filming this on the moon, but the energy feels intense. So I don't know if the energy will be intense on Friday or if I'm just hyped up. I'm not drinking coffee this time. I'm not drinking coffee this time. So there's no reason why I should feel this like, you know, like antsy, but I'm feeling like an antsy vibe or like just a very intense energy coming off of either you or just the collective in general around this time. When I shuffled the oracles for each pile, because I always do that before I get into the tarot, a reoccurring theme that was coming up in the piles were fours. Numbers that equal 4 or fours. So 44, 22, you know, things like that could be relevant for somebody in this pile. You could be seeing a lot of fours. 444 could be relevant, something like that. Another thing, in the midst of me grabbing my oracle decks to shuffle, some of my oracle decks fell off my desk. And I was like, oh no, like, you know, they're falling. A bunch of them fell to the floor, but one of them fell in the trash. Now, I'm not going to throw away this oracle deck, but it's an oracle deck that I normally use in these types of readings. However, it fell in the trash. So I was like, is this a sign that I'm not supposed to use it? And I think so. The deck that fell was the Sacred Geometry Activations Oracle. Now, immediately when I saw it drop in there, because like the Affirmation Oracle didn't fall in the trash, the Butterfly Healing Oracle didn't fall in the trash, but the Sacred Geometry Oracle fell in the trash. And immediately I started to think that logic is not the focus around this moon. Okay? Logic should not be the focus around this moon. Now, I know that can be extreme for some people. Please use your discernment. You don't need to just be out here being illogical. However, you know, full moons are times where you're meant to release. Full moons are times where the energy from the month that we've, you know, been in kind of comes to a close. It's a culmination of energy. And it's normally a culmination of energy from the new moon in this sign up until this point. And the new moon in Scorpio happened the latter half of 2025. So Scorpio season of 2025 up until this point is significant. There is a closing of energy that is happening. There is a need to feel. There is a need to process. There is a need to analyze without being logical. Okay? Without being logical. Feel what you need to feel. This is important. And I feel like this is important for every pile, but your pile in specific, because right when I was grabbing for you, the deck fell. Okay? That's not to say that this is a bad deck or anything like that, but I just feel like around this moon, you need to trust your intuition. You need to trust your feelings. You need to feel. Okay. If any of you have been ignoring your feelings, because people don't talk about that enough. Even though, Scorpios are considered a water sign, some people think Scorpios are a fire sign because they're co-ruled by Mars, which I understand. And Mars is the ruler of Aries. But Scorpio as a sign, even though some people may disagree, however, a lot of Scorpios I know, we play off not having emotions or not feeling things very well. It can be very easy for people to confuse Scorpios as being cold because they're just really good at not showing emotion, or maybe even not fully expressing the emotion outwardly, right? It's just like stewing, it stews. And not every emotion is a negative one, but sometimes we harbor feelings. And a lot of times we harbor feelings. And if this is something that you feel like doing around this moon, because, regardless of what sign you are or what you have in your chart, sometimes around certain moon phases, you really take on the energy of certain signs. I feel like a lot of us need to kind of lean more into the positive aspects of Scorpio rather than the parts that would, potentially set you back. And something that does sometimes set Scorpios back is this desire to stew, to sit, to be like incognito, to not be seen, to not show the emotion, to come off as unemotional. Okay. Some of y'all need to feel. Now, got that out the way. Now, let's talk about this Scorpion pendant, and then we'll talk about the crystal, and then we'll get into the tarot and things like that. You chose the Scorpion pendant, which is by a jewelry designer named Elsa Peretti, who was born on May 1st, 1940. She is an Italian jewelry designer from Florence, Italy, but also was a fashion model and a philanthropist, okay? All of these things may be relevant to you. I'm going to read off the stuff that I wrote about her, and then, or from the research that I did, and then just see how this ties into you somehow, Pile One. But yeah, she was multifaceted, multi-talented. She was a jewelry designer, fashion model, and philanthropist, excuse me. Her jewelry pieces, specifically this one, was one that was designed and sold through the collaboration with Tiffany and Company. So Tiffany's, I'm sure everybody in here knows what Tiffany's is. This is the brand that she worked with for a very long time. I want to say more than 20 years. She worked with them when it came to designing jewelry, and her jewelry pieces, this one included, ended up in museums like the British Museum, the Museum of Fine Arts in Boston, which is where I think this one is, and the Museum of Fine Arts in Houston. All right. So Britain may be significant, Boston may be significant, and Houston could be significant. Her most popular pieces are the bean, the bone cuff, and the open heart. Okay, so if you've ever seen these pieces on the Tiffany site, or you've ever seen anybody own a piece of Tiffany's jewelry that was the bean, I think the bean is like used as a bracelet as well as a necklace. The bone cuff, of course, is an arm cuff, bracelet, things like that, excuse me. And the open heart is a necklace. Like, I feel like, first off, the open heart, once I saw the open heart, I'm like, duh. Like, I feel like a lot of people, again, for some reason, looking into Elsa's story really made me like think about how many things have meaning that we don't look into. Like, you really don't know the story behind the things that are made or the people who are behind certain things. But to know, like, this has been going on. This has been going on since the last reading. I don't know what Taurus season is doing or like what is going on currently. It could be the like Uranus moving into Gemini. That could definitely be a thing. And it could be it could be the fact that Uranus moved out of Taurus. I don't know. Like, I have just been a thinking type of woman. And I think all the time. I do. But for some reason, like, the amount of things that have depth and that hold meaning has been so significant to me. And this being one of them. The necklace to me was very symbolic, but also just the fact that I found the necklace. She was born on today, and she has such a rich history and story behind her. I'm like, we need to trust our intuition. people need to trust their intuitions. You might need to trust your intuition, Power One. If there's something that you feel pulled to do, or you feel like destined to achieve, or, like even with Elsa, I'm sure Elsa knew her destiny was big, but I don't think she knew how big of an impact she was going to have, that her jewelry would end up in museums and things, because her story is so relatable, but also so coincidental, that it's kind of like, wow. And she lucky enough, she died in old age, but she also died a natural death. Elsa was living. Okay, let's get into Elsa. First off, somebody could be watching Frozen as well. That's why movies are significant. So Drive could be relevant. Elsa from Frozen could be relevant. And again, that kind of ties back into the idea of like the cold never bothered me anyway. Like acting like you don't have feelings and things like that could be significant. Okay. But okay, let's get into Elsa. We'll talk about some of the things she's accomplished and, what I felt was relevant in her story. So again, she was born in Florence, Italy, to a very conservative family, apparently, that she was estranged from until later in her life, where she reconciled with her dad and they basically became cool before he passed. Okay, that could be significant for someone. Apparently she gained education in Rome and Switzerland and started her career as a French teacher / ski instructor for the early portion of her life. She later returned to Rome to pursue a degree in interior design and then worked in Milan with certain architects. Okay, I think they named a few, but I didn't look too heavy into him. So look, she's a French teacher. She's a ski instructor. She's an interior design major. And she's working with an architect. Then it said she did some modeling in Barcelona, where she was advised to move to New York City by Wilhelmina Modeling Agency, which I'm sure some of you know if you're into, again, fashion and things like that. I feel like somebody in this pile, you know what I'm talking about. Maybe you're someone that used to watch Project Runway or, America's Next Top Model or something like that. Like I'm getting somebody in here. Or you may even be a model. You may be meant to be a model, pile one. But I'm getting something here about somebody knowing what I'm talking about. So, or like a fashion major. I don't know who you are, but yeah. So, or you're just into fashion, who knows? But yeah, she modeled in Barcelona, was advised to move to New York City. Somebody could be from New York City, by Wilhelmina Modeling Agency. And then she became a fan favorite of a famous designer named Halston. Okay, now I don't know much about Halston, but apparently Halston has a documentary about him where she's featured, and they talk about how he had a bunch of models that were his favorite models, but she became one of his favorites. And this was during the time that Studio 54 was a thing. So if any of you know about the history of Studio 54, it was like the epicenter of a bunch of talented artists and fashion designers and photographers and things like that. People like Andy Warhol and Liza Minnelli used to hang out there, and apparently Halston as well. And she was in the mix. So Elsa was in the mix of all of this, which honestly gave her clout. She got clout. She started to get to know people. And she ended up like taking a very famous photo in a bunny mask or something like that. And they said that that was very iconic of hers. But also it kind of like solidified her spot as a model or whatever it was. Now, in the midst of all of this, Elsa was a hardworking lady. In the midst of all of this, she started creating jewelry for designers in Manhattan. So while she was in New York, still connected to Halston, still probably modeling, she started creating jewelry for Halston, but also for other designers that were in that area. It says she rose to fame in the jewelry field and was featured in magazines like Vogue, and then ended up opening her own boutique called PYRITE. Okay, so PYRITE's boutique was a thing. So she owned her own store. Some of you guys, you could be business owners, things like that. Some of y'all could actually be into jewelry. I don't know if you are, but this could be significant as well. So she ended up owning her own boutique, but then later signed a contract with Tiffany's. Because they really loved her design technique, they really loved her skill, and they wanted to offer her some money to work with them. And from that point onward, she basically made a name in the jewelry industry because she was building with the brand Tiffany's. She became like one of the lead designers on that team. And arguably, this is quoted, arguably the most successful woman in the jewelry field. Okay, so I thought that was amazing. That was an amazing story for her. Now, also about her philanthropy, because she was a fashion model, she was a jewelry designer, but also she was a philanthropist. Apparently in 2000, she created the Nando Peretti Fund, or Foundation, excuse me, which is now named the Nando and Elsa Peretti Foundation, because she's passed away. But Fernando, was her father. Okay, so when she reconnected with her father, which is very sweet, when she reconnected with her father, she ended up building a foundation named after him. I'm not sure if he had any like health concerns or anything like that, or if she just loved her dad and she wanted to name it after him. But the foundation was actually initially a dual focused foundation that had a lot of attention put on environmentalism and wildlife conservation, which made me think of Otter Spirit. If you guys don't know, I am a partner with Otter Spirit, but shout out to Otter Spirit. I don't know if the Otter Spirit team are still watching me, but Otter Spirit works with wildlife conservation as well. They specifically work with conserving the otters in Monterey Bay, California. So if any of you do want to buy their crystal jewelry and things like that, I've been wearing them in recent videos and shorts and stuff. So if you want to check them out, you should. And in the reading that I did, that was like, oh, I can't remember what it is. I might tag it on the screen. It has the lady's belly on it. She has her belly out and it's like a green background, like a green skirt, green top. Whatever the title of that video is that I did recently, the ad for those bracelets are in that. So that may be relevant for you. I think I said like, how does your energy impact people? Which is crazy because again, yeah, look, jewelry, because the Otter Spirit bracelets are bracelets and jewelry, and they sell necklaces as well. But it was about crystals and things. So very interesting. Anyway, the initial focus of this foundation was around environmentalism and wildlife conservation, as well as humanitarian efforts and poverty. But it expanded, into the promotion of human civil rights with special emphasis on the rights to education, children's rights, women's rights, and dignity. Love her down. It said she worked internationally on behalf of unrepresented minorities to defend and preserve their culture. I mean, Elsa was an earth angel. Elsa was an empress. Okay? Elsa was an empress. So some of y'all, if you resonate with that, because I know that was a hella long intro, but if you resonate with that, that may really very well be a part of your destiny, Power One. Some of you are meant to be designers of some sort. Maybe you don't initially, like, that's the whole thing. Like, when you're confused about where you're supposed to be headed in life, you're not supposed to just sit there confused. You're supposed to try. Okay, somebody in here, maybe you are a trier. Maybe you've tried many different things and, you're on the precipice of figuring out something that you're really meant to be doing. But others of you, if you are in a spot where you're kind of like, I feel like I have a big purpose. I have all these feelings. I have all these things that I want to do. I just don't know what I want to accomplish. This may be a sign that it's time for you to just hop out there and do some stuff. Okay. She did interior design, ski instructing, French teacher. She was a French teacher. she was she was a model. She was a jewelry designer. Like, she was doing everything. She was a business owner. Like, she was doing it all. Why can't you do it all? Why can't you do it all? Let's go to the crystal now. We're going to look into amethyst, which is on page 30 and 31. Somebody could be an Aries or a Pisces. Somebody could be a Taurus as well. You could also be born on the 30th, 31st, or you could be 30 years old, 31. But amethyst, it says this stone of spirituality and contentment brings calming vibes to clear the clutter. Some of y'all could be cleaning. The color is purple, or some of y'all need to clean, maybe throw out some old clothes, throw out some old stuff, things that don't resonate with you anymore. But it says purple. Amethyst can be found in various tones from deep purple to lilac. It's good for the head. Amethyst is the perfect choice for those looking to calm a busy and worried mind. All right. Some of y'all could be overthinking. That's what I'm saying. Like, the idea of removing the sacred geometry deck to me was like, stop thinking, start feeling. Don't overthink your feelings either. If you get sad and you want to cry, cry. If you want to look through some old photos and think about positive memories, go ahead. If you want to call somebody, call somebody. If you want to go outside, go outside. Don't do anything dangerous and don't do anything to hurt yourself. Okay? But feel. Make sure you feel. Now, also, you have romantic love. It says amethyst is all about being open to love and forgiveness. Did you know that amethyst is the stone of Saint Valentine? The legend goes that the patron saint of romantic love wore an amethyst ring with Cupid carved into it. Okay, so apparently Saint Valentine, Valentine's Day, the saint of Valentine's Day, had a amethyst ring that had Cupid carved into it. So Cupid could be significant, or love could be significant. Maybe some of you guys are in love or thinking about love as well. Maybe some of you are overthinking love. That was another thing. I also kept singing the song, and I don't know if I'm going to use it on the ad for this video or not, but I kept singing the song, All I Did Was Dream of You by B.B. Doobop. I don't know how to say her name. B.B. Doobop or something like that. Love her. But I always struggle with her name. It's her featuring the Marias. Love the Marias as well. So something about that could be significant. And that song, that's not like the most upbeat song, but she says in the song, the part I kept singing was the part where she's like, stay or just leave. Stay or just leave me be. Okay, so some of y'all could be in a situation where you're with someone and you're like, either be here with me or leave me alone. All right, or maybe you used to be in that way, like you used to be that way in the past. I don't know, y'all. But, or somebody could be saying this to you, either stay with me or leave me be. But I kept singing that part. But that song is about her reminiscing on a love, or like thinking about a lover, like either thinking about them in present tense or thinking about the past with them. So that could also be significant. Some of y'all may need to release some things from the past. There's also an excerpt in this book that says, clear the fog. It says racing minds that struggle to switch off can lead to exhaustion, excuse me, along with headaches, migraines, and eventual burnout. Those who struggle with brain fog or insomnia often turn to amethyst, since this stone promotes sleep and rest. All right, so some of y'all may need to sleep with your amethyst or use an amethyst around this time, or buy one. Also, it says, we'll read spiritual contentment. It says, when life is busy, it can feel impossible to listen to your intuition as the noise of everyday life takes over. That's why this spiritual stone is so popular for meditation. It supports us, in stepping back, reconnecting with ourselves, and tuning into our instincts. Okay, that may be relevant for somebody in this pile as well. And then also I'm seeing this part that says sacred energy center. It says amethyst is strongly linked with the crown chakra found at the top of the head. Some of y'all need to cover your head. It's thought to restore balance and purpose. The crown chakra is the sacred energy center where we receive messages from the universe around us, and it connects with the physical and spiritual realm. Okay? So, numbers that could be significant in this pile. We got 22, 47, and that's it. Okay. Somebody could be an Aries or a Taurus, a Scorpio or a Sagittarius. I'm seeing Aries, Leo, Sag out here. And Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus, but Moon in specific may be relevant. Off of the oracles alone, it's time for you to take back control of a certain narrative that you have running in your life. Pile 1. For some of you, this has to do with how other people view you. For others of you, this has to do with how you view yourself. I don't know if some of you journal. You may benefit from journaling. Some of you could also be writers, okay? Songwriters, rappers, authors, anything like that. Others of you, maybe that's something that you want to get into. Maybe that's something that will help you rewrite the narrative of your current life. But I'm definitely getting the vibe here where this seems like a moon where you will be cutting ties to the people, or from the people, or the things that may have been controlling your identity at some point in time. And for some of you, what's been controlling your identity is this part of you that wants to be hyper logical. Okay, like there's a part of you that may be like feeding into capitalism, or maybe there's like something that's telling you that you need to be more focused on logical things, making money, maybe worrying about things rather than enjoying your life. And no more. I'm getting that needs to end. Because when that ends is when you actually will see growth. Money is supposed to be coming to you. Support is supposed to be coming to you. Success is supposed to be coming to you. But it's going to take you really choosing yourself and doing something for you, or embodying yourself fully for this thing to arrive. Okay? Cardinals could also be significant. But yeah, I'm getting like somebody in here needs to pursue a passion. Okay? And maybe for some of you, the first step to pursuing the passion is expressing your emotions. Because what was I picking up on with the love song? I don't know if I was just singing that just to sing it. It is a pretty catchy song. Or if I was singing it because it was relevant. But it was like I couldn't stop singing it. I couldn't stop singing that one part in this pile. Some of y'all could be singers. Some of you could be singers in this pile. But yeah, I just kept singing the part that was like, stay or just leave. Stay or just leave me be. Okay, so for some of you, this could even be you speaking to yourself. Either you're going to stay somewhere or you're going to go. But you can't keep being stuck. And for some of you, there's something coming up here about being more authentic. Like, again, revealing yourself. So I don't know if there is an energy here where you're like, afraid to post your stuff, or start the YouTube or start the blog or the podcast or post the pics or anything like that. But there's something here about you revealing yourself that's important when it comes to how you reach the level of success that you want. I don't think Elsa would have ever achieved the success that she was meant to achieve if she didn't actually put herself out there and take the risk from moving from Italy to New York. And it's funny because, even with her being a French teacher and a ski instructor and an interior designer, she was beautiful. She was a beautiful person. So for her to even get into modeling, she had to accept the fact that she was beautiful. Somebody in this pile, you might be very beautiful and don't really understand or accept that. Okay, maybe you're supposed to be in a beauty related field. Maybe you're supposed to be someone that is modeling. Maybe you are supposed to be one that is sharing your beauty tips. And I could be talking to a man or a woman. Some of y'all could be very fit, very fine. And maybe you don't really know that that is a spiritual gift. But I try to tell people all the time, no matter how much people try to act like being beautiful is shallow, or expressing your creativity and stuff, or your style, or, what it is that you find as aesthetically pleasing, you doing that, a lot of people will try to frame it as you being shallow, especially during times like these. But honestly, it is a gift. It is a gift. Because, if we had to be completely honest, because I ain't gonna lie. I can't lie in these readings. If we had to be 100% honest, people listen a little bit more if they find you to be physically attractive. Unfortunately, some people may think you're smarter if you're less attractive, which is also very weird. But then there's also a group of people that will listen more if they think you're cute. Okay? So some of y'all might be cute, and some of y'all might have a message. If you're attractive and you have a message, or if you're attractive and you just have something to say, might be time to let people know that you're attractive. Might be time to use that to your advantage. Okay? You can be a model, but you can also be a model that starts a foundation. You see how she started a foundation? She was more than just a model. She was a designer. She was a philanthropist. She was a daughter, She was a very great person, and I'm actually glad that I discovered her, because I feel like she is someone to look into. So somebody in here, maybe you're someone that someone would also look up to as well, or who feels like you have a story to tell. So if this is something that resonates with you, if that message resonates, I'm going to shuffle off camera and come back and tell you what I'm seeing about this moon. All right, pile one. So signs that are also relevant in this pile now that I've shuffled the tarot. I'm seeing Scorpio and Aries, Aquarius, Virgo, Gemini, Pisces, Cancer, Leo, Libra, Sagittarius, Aquarius, Scorpio, Taurus, Leo, Virgo may be relevant in this pile. All right, that could be all signs. I can't remember what signs I said, but excuse me, I'm very burpy in this pile. I don't know what that's about. I don't know what that's about. Maybe it's because I'm channeling. But anyway, I definitely see you walking away from something around this moon. It honestly feels like a walk away from something that was already kind of falling apart. And for some of you, what was falling apart is like some sort of identity of yours. I don't feel like this is an actual thing. I mean, it could be a location, it could be a relationship, it could be some form of an investment, maybe a job. But for others of you, it kind of feels like there's a part of you that has been afraid to take a risk that is much needed. And the risk that you take has a lot to do with you pursuing something that you've been thinking long and hard about. Okay, so some of y'all have a skill or a talent or a passion project that you really want to pursue that you haven't been pursuing because either you've been too caught up in what other people are doing, maybe you've been too focused on what other people are saying, what other people are doing, or it's like this vibe here where you are, I don't know, a lot of you have been resisting something. What's this about? Like some of you could have people that already wanted you to pursue this skill or already wanted you to join this thing or do this thing. But it's like you've been rejecting something. Or why is this here? What's this about? The Seven of Wands. Yeah, for some of you, either you are a Queen of Wands or some of you are going to be rejecting a Queen of Wands. Maybe you've already been rejecting this Queen of Wands. Some of y'all are rejecting someone that you feel is trying to get your attention. All right. Queen of Wands can be Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. This could be you or someone else. Some of y'all could be like rejecting someone that's been trying to get your attention because you would much rather focus on what's going to make you happy. I almost feel like something that you had going on with this person in the past made you a bit depressed, or there's something here about feeling like drained by this person. Somebody wants your attention. Why does this person want pile one's attention? Because some of you are not giving her attention or him attention, whoever this is. Yeah, some of y'all have decided that you might view this person as being toxic, or there's something here about you kind of feeling like you need to retreat from this individual. This could be a family member. This could be a lover. This could be a friend. I don't know. I'm just getting the vibe that some of you have pulled your energy back from this person to focus on yourself, to meditate on your own, to be in solitude somehow. Could have even been a boss. Some of y'all could be like pulling back from a boss. Maybe a boss is trying to hit you up, see what's going on. I feel like this person wants to either work with you, or this person wants to be with you, or this person wants to reconcile with you, connect with you somehow. But I feel like you're choosing to focus on yourself. What's this outside of pile 2? Yeah. It's almost like there's a group of people or people outside of you. Could be family members. Could be, again, friends, co-workers. I don't know. It seems like there's a group of people or people around you who are celebrating or currently focused on themselves, or like there's this vibe of them being focused on something in specific, an event, a celebration, a way of living. Maybe they're on vacation. Maybe they're doing something, like somebody is living their life, doing their own thing. But also feeling abandoned by you. They feel like you're leaving them out, or they feel like you don't want to be included. But I feel like some of you don't want to be included because a lot of you are choosing to focus on yourself. This honestly seems like a big feat for you as well. Some of y'all are pulling your energy back and like ignoring whatever's going on outside of you. Because I mean, it's looking positive to me, the energy that's coming up, and it could be a positive. But for some of you, whatever this person is going through may not be a positive thing to you. Maybe this is someone that is like always partying or always doing stuff that like just isn't in alignment with who you are or what you're focused on right now. And I feel like you're feeling the need to pull your energy back to focus on what's important to you. Yeah. So that you can build something of your own. All right. This could even be people that you live with. Some of y'all, this could be like roommates. Some of y'all are pulling your energy back from your roommates because you want to focus on yourself, or potentially focus on someone else, something else. I do get the vibe that somebody in here is sad. Okay? Some of y'all could be grieving the fact that you have to pull your energy back from these people. Others of you are facing emotions around things from the past that you hadn't been facing. It's like there's almost this vibe of like, because I'm seeing something here about a masculine energy. I don't know whether you are grieving a masculine energy. Okay. My condolences if there is someone that is passing, or if somebody has, if somebody's just going through it or anything like that. But yeah, I'm kind of getting this vibe where somebody in this pile could be grieving a masculine energy, or they're just thinking a lot about maybe their experiences with masculine energies, their own masculine energy. If this is a family dynamic, maybe you're connected to this family because of a masculine energy, and you're like thinking about that person outside of whatever else is going on. Yeah, but I see a lot of you like finding the courage to pull your energy away from whatever dynamic these people are trying to pull you into, because you have something that you want to work on. For some of you, what you're working on is healing. So yeah, I can't tell if this is like a toxic family dynamic, toxic friend group, job, whatever it is. But you're actively choosing to disconnect from these people that are trying to call you in, this person that's trying to call you in, whoever this is, because you want to focus on either your work, or you are working on healing some fears, some toxicity, some possibly even, again, some addictions and things that you may have had. Maybe some of you were struggling with addictions because of these people. Maybe some of you were sad because you were around these people. You weren't processing your emotions. Again, we talk about you like being a little bit too hyper focused on work. Maybe this is a work environment. Maybe you were working really hard to ignore certain emotions, and now you are finally facing these emotions because you're taking a second to yourself. Yeah, but I'm definitely picking up on an energy here of you retreating and kind of closing out a cycle of allowing yourself to be sucked into something that makes you anxious. These people make you anxious, or this environment makes you anxious, or this dynamic makes you anxious. Like somebody actually stresses you out. Some sort of dynamic in your life takes your focus off of the positive, reciprocal, balanced connections that you have around you. This could be more than one person that's a distraction, but for some of you, there's like a specific person that could be wanting your attention or could be pulling on your energy. Yeah. Could even be someone that you view as a bit like selfish. Maybe you feel like this person pulls on your energy or calls on you because they need you, but you don't feel like you benefit from that dynamic as much. For a lot of you, I feel like your biggest challenge around this moon is going to be defining what your future is going to look like after disconnecting from this group or from these people, but also getting clear on what you feel is most important to you. Like, even if this is a matter of a job, you might be taking a break from your job or pulling your energy back from a job, but in the process of you still working there or saving money, where is your money going? What are you saving for? You know? If you don't have a job, this is just like, what can you do to make money? Maybe some of y'all have been relying on a family group or friends or something like that. Like I said, like roommates or something. Some of y'all could have been relying on a certain group of people to assist you and kind of getting to where you need to go. And I think now you're like, I think I want to do this on my own, or I think I want to separate my identity from this group, or I just want to be my own person. Like, I'm getting somebody in here wants to be their own person because somebody knows that they're destined for more than what they're experiencing. I feel like your biggest piece of advice here is to take a second, be on your own, connect with your inner child, and tap into a skill and or passion and or vision that you had from the past. There's something that you've had from your past that you're meant to be revisiting. This is a skill that you've had for a very long time, or an idea that you've had for a very long time that you either are hiding from other people. Maybe some of y'all have a skill that you hide from people. You need to pursue this skill, or you need to share this gift. Share this knowledge. Yeah, some of y'all don't like being seen. Some of y'all don't like being seen. You have a skill that you don't want to share because you don't want to be seen. Others of you are afraid that you're not going to be successful in this skill. I see you being successful. For some of you, the person that you're avoiding is your mom. Okay, it doesn't have to be your mom. You could be a mom. You could be in this energy. You could be wanting to be a mom. Maybe some of you are thinking about the fact that you want to start a family, or you want to be in a relationship or something like that. And I don't know who you're around currently that makes you feel like you can't be, but I'm getting this vibe where some of you feel like you need to detach from something in order for you to achieve what you want. But there's this energy here of like either not believing that this thing will be successful or not wanting to be seen. But some of y'all are meant to be seen. Some of you are meant to pursue this thing and just like wait it out until you see the results come in, because you are going to be given your justice. What you're meant to experience is going to happen. Positive experiences. Yes, money. Money's going to come in. Love's going to come in. Whatever it is that you've been wanting, it's going to come in. But you have to stop avoiding whatever you feel called to do. What are they avoiding? What is Pile 1 avoiding? Pile 1, some of y'all are avoiding something that you may view as toxic. Okay, so I don't know if there's a skill or a talent or a hobby or something that you want to do that somebody in your energy has deemed as toxic, and that's why you don't do that. Okay, I don't know what that is for you. Like some of y'all could be into tarot. Maybe you're not doing tarot, or you're not speaking about spirituality or having discussions about religion and things because other people have told you it's toxic. That's something that you could be avoiding. For others of you, something that you're avoiding is a fear. There's a fear that you have. I feel like you're afraid of other people's judgment when it comes to something that you're into, when it comes to something that you're good at. It doesn't even have to be anything like crazy. Like I said, you could be into music, you could be into designing, you could be into interior design. Yeah, like you could be into cooking, you could have all kinds of skills. But for some reason, you feel like other people would judge you for these skills. Or again, maybe, you know, when you are working around people, or you're like in environments where people are putting people that have money on a pedestal, or who are making money the main focus, you will start to feel like your skills that may not initially be monetized, or that may not seem like they're going to make money in the beginning, you may start to feel like those things are not worthy of being pursued. But that's not true. People make money off of all kinds of stuff every day. I literally was just talking to somebody about this. There's a skill to be taught to everyone. Things that you may feel are not skills are still skills. And there's somebody in the world that may be looking to be taught that thing. Now that we're also in this Uranus and Gemini cycle for the next 7 years, people are going to care about learning. People care about learning. People care about writing. People care about speaking. People are going to care about things related to your hands. Do you have any skills that are related to this? Some of y'all could be making jewelry. People care about jewelry. Okay? People care about nails. Some of y'all could be good at nails. People are going to care about, when I say writing, you could be an author, you could be a rapper, you could be a poet, you could be a singer. People will care about the music that's coming out. Like, these things are important. These things will change the way that we currently live. Somebody could also be into writing for like films or screenplays or ads or something like that. Like, I'm getting writing from the standpoint of cinematography, because even with me bringing up the Drive reference, like maybe some of you guys are watching movies and things because you want to work in movies or TV or, you know, just film in general. I'm getting that's relevant as well. So what is it that you want to say? What is it that you want to do? You know, And if you can find a way to monetize it, do that. If you don't want to monetize it, just pursue it as a skill, you know? But for a lot of you, this is going to be something that helps you build some form of an empire. I'm really seeing that. Some of you are meant to be successful in a certain field, or supposed to be making money in a certain field that you're not currently pursuing, or talking about certain things that you're not currently talking about. Yeah. You already know what it is. For some of you, this may even have to do with like the experiences you've had with people. You know, I talk about you separating from this group, but maybe you're separating from toxic family to talk about your experiences amongst this toxic family. About your healing. You start to tell people about your healing, what you've healed from being around these people. Yes, that may be triggering for them, but very helpful for the people who are also in similar experiences. Maybe you're supposed to write a book, you know? Some of you are supposed to be transmuting this energy. And that honestly is what Scorpionic energy is. It's about transmutation. Transformation through changing the energy that's thrown at you. A lot of Scorpio placements experience pain. That's just like a commonality for all of us. There's some form of pain that you've experienced, whether it's big or small, or you've been around people who are suffering. And it honestly was meant to help you learn how to process those emotions, but also how to navigate situations like that and overcome it. So if you're in a spot right now where you feel like there's something that you overcame or something that you have to overcome, this may be something that is worth teaching, okay, or speaking about. Let's see. Let's get some oracles to close out your reading. Full moon messages for pile 1. Yeah. You have affirmations for growth, and then gratitude and thanks. Yes. I don't know what you're going through, but be grateful for it, pile 1. And start affirming the fact that you are growing. You're growing through whatever you're going through. This time period that you're in is not meant to shrink you. You're supposed to expand. It's okay to go into solitude for now. It's okay to process your feelings alone. But I'm getting like, don't see this as a low point. You're in a cocoon. You're currently in a cocoon. Or you've been in a cocoon. Maybe people are trying to get you out of a cocoon and you don't want to connect with those people. You don't have to connect with those people, but connect. Yeah. Connect with somebody. Your soul's journey messages, you have peace. I'm a being of love and I release all negative energy. You have death. I am learning that endings are merely beginnings. And then honesty. I can't always expect the truth from others, but I can expect it from myself. Yeah, maybe some of y'all feel like you're around people that just aren't being real with you or aren't being honest with you, or you can't have certain discussions with them. And now you feel like in order to keep your peace, you need to separate yourself, or in order to keep your peace and go through these changes, you need to embrace this ending and, you know, transform on your own time. And I feel like that is something that you should do. You should process your emotions on your own time. But I also feel like once you process them and understand them a bit more, you need to use that energy as motivation for something. For something. Some of y'all may even be meant to like do some form of artwork. Okay, whether it's painting, pottery, sculpting, okay, sewing. Yeah. Dancing. Some of you are meant to do something as a form of expression. Expressing whatever it is that you're healing from or what you're learning. Numbers that could be significant. You have 4, 8, or 26. Not 26, 24. I'm doing the numbers on the... I'm adding the numbers before I actually tell you. But the number was actually 4, 53, and 24. Okay, somebody could be an Aries or a Taurus, a Leo or a Virgo, or a Cancer or Gemini. What else? Let's get a love oracle. Your love oracle in this pile. Ooh. Wow, you got a chunk. You have don't make decisions based on guilt or what you think you should do, for it is only in being true to yourself that you can be true to others. You have look inside yourself, examine what is causing you to feel this way. Yeah. Deep in your heart, you already know the answer. Do what feels right. Reflection, give each other some space at the moment. Trust and have faith that all will work out for the best. And bottom of the deck, you have time. You are trying too hard. Give it time. Okay. And then your mantras to close out this pile. You're meant to be successful, pile one. More successful than you already are. So if the question is, will you be successful? The answer is yes. But you need to step out on faith and do something that you've never done before. Okay? Or revisit something that you're afraid to revisit. You got to take a leap of faith. You got to do something you're scared to do to see success. Your mantra is the universe works fast when I'm having fun. Yes. And then bottom of the deck, it says, true healing occurs when I give myself permission to feel whatever feelings live below the triggers. True healing occurs when I give myself permission to feel whatever feelings live below the triggers. All right. That's all that I have in this pile. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, turn on your notification bells. Check the description box down below to book a personal reading. Book a personal reading if you need further guidance. Pile 2, you're the pile that chose the Black Dragon Hibiscus and the CHRYSOCOLLA egg. So before we actually get into the crystal and things like that, let's talk about the flower that you chose. Or the image that you chose, the flower that you chose. Somebody in here, you could be into flowers. You could be a florist. You could be buying flowers. Maybe you're being very intentional about the flowers that you buy around this time. Or maybe some of you are herbalists, or you're into botany and you're studying the benefits of certain flowers. Hibiscus has so many benefits. As an herbal remedy, hibiscus has so many benefits, especially when it comes to women and their wombs, like womb health. That is significant. Somebody in here could be on their period, or you could have just got off your period, or your period's coming up. I don't know. But when I was choosing the flower for this full flower moon, the reason why I chose it was because it's a full flower moon. But when I was choosing the flower, I had to look up flowers that are associated with Scorpio. And the flowers that they brought up for Scorpios were, well, this is what it says on the laptop. So it says Scorpio is associated with intense, deep colored flowers that reflect their passionate, mysterious, and transformative nature. The primary birth flower is red geranium, which I believe I used once before. And if I haven't, I probably will use it in the future. But it says the primary birth flower is red geranium, symbolizing protection and deep emotion. Other key flowers include hibiscus, dark red roses, marigolds, chrysanthemums, and orchids. Okay. Now, all those flowers are beautiful, but for some reason, hibiscus was really calling out to me. I love hibiscus tea. Some of y'all might really like hibiscus tea too, because I don't know why I feel so passionate about this, but I love hibiscus tea. And I know there's like different drinks that people make using hibiscus tea. So, you know, that may be significant for you. If you're from a culture where people are using hibiscus flowers for their teas or drinks or anything like that, this definitely is your pile. But in the process of looking at all the hibiscus and trying to figure out which one to choose, I was on Pinterest and I looked up like deeply colored hibiscus, and they had a few, but this one in particular stood out to me, which is the Black Dragon Hibiscus. I felt like that was just right in alignment with Scorpio, right? Especially for it being black. I feel like that is the deepest color it could go. And it's funny because this flower actually can get as deep as being black, which is like very interesting to me, but normally it is a deep, rich burgundy type of color, and I love burgundy and deep reds and just red in general. So let's talk about the Black Dragon Hibiscus and the spiritual meaning behind it. On Google, it says The black dragon hibiscus, known for its dramatic deep burgundy to black petals and dark center, carries a unique spiritual resonance that sets it apart from more common varieties. While it shares the core symbolism of all hibiscus flowers, such as the transient beauty of life and the importance of living in the moment, its specific color and name evoke deeper, more introspective meanings. The spiritual symbolism behind this flower says mystery and uniqueness. Its rare, almost black appearance symbolizes the allure of the unknown and the beauty found in being different. All right, so somebody in this pile, you could be a very unique, different type of person. Some of y'all could actually have very dark, deep skin, and that is very beautiful. Others of you, you could have a very dark and deep past, and maybe you transmuted energy from that, and you've gone through a lot and have still been able to rise from it, and that is very beautiful. I'm just getting like depth, like somebody, whoever chose this pile, you're either craving depth or you hold a lot of depth as a person, or maybe you're dealing with very deep people, or you're facing very deep emotions around this time, who knows. But it also says inner strength and transformation. The name dragon links the flower to the powerful archetypal energy associated with inner strength, wisdom, and profound personal change. The year of the dragon could have been significant for somebody in this reading. You could be born the year of the dragon. Some of you guys could really connect with the spirit animal of the dragon, or you really like dragons or something like that. You could even be a fire sign. I'm getting Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, or you're dealing with one, or you have fire placements. It also says shadow work. It says because of its dark hue, it can be seen as a tool for shadow work, helping individuals face the unknown parts of themselves with courage. Okay, so somebody in this pile, of course, around a Scorpio full moon, you could be doing shadow work. That is just expected. That is expected. However, I feel like a lot of you could also benefit from utilizing this flower or drinking hibiscus tea around this time if you are facing deeper emotions. Like I said, some of y'all could even be like on your period and be stressed out or feeling kind of moody, and some of you would benefit from drinking more hibiscus tea or drinks, or some of you just may want to drink it in general. You don't have to be on your period. But and then the little last excerpt they have was intensity of emotion. It says, while red hibiscus represent passion, the deep dark shades of the black dragon represents intense, deep-seated emotions and introspective beauty. Okay? Introspective beauty. I love this. Look, oh my goodness, I didn't even see this. It says the black dragon also embodies the broader spiritual attributes associated with the hibiscus family. The property of this flower is the property of this flower is tied to divine femininity. It says often associated with the goddess Kali. All right, somebody could work with Kali. You could work with Kali in this file, or some of you could be studying Kali. But it says often associated with the goddess like Kali, representing power and transformation. Yes, I believe she has them on her, like on her body in some of the pictures that she's in. So that may be significant. And then they said it's also associated with Venus. So look at us in Taurus season. I feel like Kali and Venus are giving like Scorpio and Taurus. It's giving a combination of two different types of energies, but you know, divine feminine energy nonetheless. It also says primarily linked to the sacral chakra, which is for creativity and passion. That's also your sexual organs, or your erogenous zone, and also the heart chakra. So this is connected to your sexual energy as well as your emotional energy. Maybe some of y'all are feeling kind of sexual. Maybe some of y'all are feeling kind of emotional, even down to the chrysocolla. I always struggle with that name. Even down to the crystal being in the shape of an egg. It honestly wasn't that intentional when I did it, but after the fact, I thought like fertility and, you know, things like that. So that definitely could be relevant for somebody in here. They say the flower is also associated with impermanence because a single bloom typically lasts only one day. It serves as a powerful reminder to cherish the present moment. Who knew? Did you know that hibiscus can only last one day? That's amazing. And then it says grounding and peace, often used in rituals to clear negative energies, provide grounding, and invite harmony into a living space. Oh my goodness. I love that. Can also be used in metaphysical practices when it comes to enhancing your divination, attracting love, and promoting independence. I love that. This flower is very beautiful. The meaning behind it is very beautiful. And the amount of intensity behind that description was really nice. So for some of you, that may be significant. You could be interested in this flower right now. You could be studying flowers. Or some of you would benefit from that after this reading for some reason. But let's talk about the crystal as well. Okay, so hold on. Okay, so let's look at Chrysocolla in the crystal book. Chrysocolla is on page 60. Somebody could be a Cancer or a Gemini, or a Cancer or a Leo. Page 60. You could also be 60 years old. Okay, born 1960 possibly. It says Chrysocolla, open up channels of communication so that you can speak your truth with Chrysocolla, excuse me. The color is blue-green. Chrysocolla ranges from blue to green in color, okay? Also, when I was on Pinterest, I kept seeing Chrysocolla malachite blends. So for some of you, that could be significant. Also, bringing up the crystals, definitely check out my link and the coupon code that I have to the Otter Spirit crystals or bracelets and jewelry that I've been working with. Super good. But the discount still applies, so definitely check it out if you're interested. If any of you didn't know, I actually just brought it up in the last pile, but it says good for communication. If you've got to make a speech or share your knowledge, then this stone could be just what you need. Some of y'all could be speakers in this pile. You could be speaking on a channel. You could be speaking on a podcast. You could be speaking at an event somewhere. All right. Some of you may be meant to speak if you don't already do it. It says the teaching stone. Chrysocolla is known as the teaching stone because it enables communication, knowledge, and transformation. Hold this stone close for speeches or public speaking as it is connected to the throat chakra for communication and the heart chakra for compassion when interacting with others. Now, isn't that crazy? Because hibiscus is connected to the sacral and the heart. Chrysocolla is connected to the throat and the heart. How sweet. I love this. So there's something here about duality or having more than one purpose. All right. Being multi-purpose. Okay. Some of y'all could be working with multi-purpose cleaners. You could be cleaning your home. That could be significant. Others of you, there's something here about you having more than one purpose. You having more than one skill or talent could be relevant. It also says, inspires creativity. For centuries, Chrysocolla has inspired creativity. Its name comes from the Greek word chrysos, which translates as gold, and colla, which means glue. In ancient Roman times, goldsmiths used the rock as a solder to weld pieces together. Renaissance painters also made use of Chrysocolla and would grind it down to make pigments for paint. Okay, so some of you could be welders. I'm getting glass blowers. I'm also getting people who are into painting. Some of y'all are definitely creative or multifaceted in this pile. It says cool down, another excerpt. Ancient Egyptians called Chrysocolla the wise stone, and it was a favorite for negotiations. Cleopatra famously, did I say that right? Famously loved Chrysocolla and carried it with her everywhere she went. Among its uses, it was believed to act as a shield, stimulate the mind, and encourage sensitivity. All right, so this could be relevant for someone. These messages, okay? They're also talking about the health benefits, saying that it lowers blood pressure, anxiety, and depression. Okay, so somebody could be dealing with those things, or that is relevant for you in this pile. But overall, I'm getting something here about communication is significant. Now, maybe some of you, the same way I sat there and read the description behind the flower, maybe some of you are teachers of some sort, or you're meant to be teaching. Some of y'all could be teaching women about womb health, or teaching men and women about SMEX health, or some of you are meant to be having conversations with people about significant things when it comes to their body. All right, you could be some sort of trainer or physician, or I don't know, like I'm just getting a lot of different messages when it comes to the flower and that stone combination. I also get with the flower and the stone, some of you are learning different ways to heal yourself holistically. or you're being encouraged to do so. Maybe you should start getting into crystals and certain herbs and things like that, not to fully like support your healing, okay, or your health in general, but just as additives. Like if you're someone that doesn't always consider using certain teas or vitamins or whatever it is, some of you may feel called to do that around this time, or even to explore certain new things that you're discovering around this time. Numbers that are significant in this pile, I'm seeing 4, 30, and that is it number wise. Somebody could be an Aries or a Taurus, an Aries or a Pisces, could be 30 years old, born on the 4th. I'm also getting Gemini, Libra, Aquarius in this pile. Aries moon could be significant as well. Sun, moon, rising, or Venus, but moon in specific may be relevant. Okay, so besides just really taking care of your body, there is something here about like loving yourself in this pile. And I know that may seem random, or maybe it doesn't, because health is wealth. Health is also self-love. But I'm picking up on a message here about somebody struggling with loving themselves around this time. Some of y'all could be really hard on yourself. I'm not gonna lie, when it comes to like social media and things like that, it switches up all the time. And I know that a lot of us, you know, beauty standards change day by day. That's why nobody should try to fight to fit a beauty standard, because you never know, your time's up next. You know, every now and then something changes, so it is what it is. But something that doesn't go out of style is health, right? And health isn't always defined by size, or, you know, health isn't always defined by culture. So I don't know if anybody in here is kind of being hard on themselves when it comes to what they define as healthy or whatever it is, or maybe even what they define as beautiful, but somebody is being encouraged not to be hard on themselves. Like I'm getting the energy of someone that is either not looking at themselves enough, or not being kind enough to themselves, and or someone that keeps reminiscing on like an old version of themselves. Okay? And you could look good right now. Like, I'm not saying that anybody in this pile is struggling with how they look, but like, even like, okay, especially if you're on your period, especially if you're on your period, people in this reading, you don't have to be on your period. I know men have there's like a period of time within a month where men also have their quote unquote period. Some of y'all could be on that right now, but I'm getting like specifically when it comes to women, if you are on your period, right? I don't know about y'all, but there definitely are phases where you feel a little ugly. You feel a little bit uglier than you probably normally do. Maybe you're a little bloated. Maybe you're breaking out. Maybe something's going on where you just don't feel that cute, right? I actually was having a discussion with a friend of mine recently, because I know everybody says like as you get older, your period gets better. And my period has gotten better, but I honestly feel like I've gained symptoms from periods that I've never had before in old age. Like when it comes to getting headaches and stuff like that, I never had that before, but now I do. Or when it comes to like even down to like some people, like they'll say like, oh, my hair is being weird, or oh my, you know, again, I'm breaking out, or certain stuff's going on when it comes to like being super tired. It's just a lot. It's just a lot being a woman. Your teeth, some people's teeth hurt. Okay, that's a thing. You can have teeth sensitivity, not just like it, like, oh, something's too cold. Like your literal gums can hurt around your period. So somebody in here, you could be experiencing like weird ailments, and it may not actually be anything super extreme. It could just be tied to your period and your hormones and things like that. Like some of y'all may need to go get a checkup or figure out what it is if there is something major going on. But for others of you, I'm just getting like your body is responding to being alive. And you could be being hard to your body or hard on your body. And if you are, try not to be that way. For somebody in specific, you really are not like looking in the mirror. Okay. And I don't know what that's about. And, you know, it could be for many different reasons. Some people don't look in the mirror because they feel guilty. Some people don't look in the mirror because they, again, are like bothered by how they look. Some people don't look in the mirror because maybe they're not getting up from bed. Maybe some of you are sad right now. I don't know what's going on with people in pile 2, but your spirit team are wanting you to know that you deserve to be treated better. You deserve to be celebrated. You deserve to be loved on at whatever size you are, on whatever day it is, whether you're bloated, you're breaking out, all kinds of stuff. It doesn't matter. Somebody in here needs to love themselves. Somebody also needs to know that if they don't like certain things about themselves, they can change it. Okay. And that's what I was going to say about the whole social media thing. Social media and the beauty standards and things like that put a lot of pressure on people to be a certain way, to be seen as desirable. But the aim should not be to be desired. The only person that should be loving you most should be you. So if you like how you look, you good. You're good. If you like how you look, you're good. If you like how you look, sometimes other people like how you look. Pile 2, surprise, surprise. Surprise, surprise. Did you know? Sometimes when you love yourself, most times when you love yourself, there's somebody out there that already likes you or will be like, oh, well, if she love her, why don't I love her? Or if he loves him, why don't I love him? Like, if there is no one highlighting something as an issue, then it might not be an issue. But somebody in here, I feel like someone is a little too focused on what they view as negative and aren't focused on what's positive. And you're completely human for it. Okay? You're completely human for it. Not even trying to be hard on you for it. Again, this Scorpio full moon probably got everybody feeling some type of way. And I am filming this like a day or two before the moon, so I don't even know how it feels on the actual moon, but the energy can definitely get heavy. And for some of you, maybe something that you are being hard on yourself about is your body, because that's what's coming up. This could even be a thing where you're looking at people and you're like, oh, I'm not summer ready, or I wish I looked a little bit different, or dang, I wish I had more butt. Dang, I wish my arms were bigger. Dang, I wish I'm getting like somebody in here is being really hard on themselves. Again, don't get me wrong. If you feel like you want to improve yourself, improve yourself. But make sure you're doing it for you. Because what your guides are showing me is that some of you are meant to be taking action on something or starting something or doing something for yourself. This could be a fitness plan. This could be something health related. But for others of you, this could be like work related. There could be a project or something that you're supposed to be doing, something that you're supposed to be putting out, something that you're supposed to be starting that you're not actually doing because you don't want to be seen, or you don't want to look at yourself, or you don't want to, I don't know, you're not making plans towards whatever this thing is because you're not treating your body properly. Okay, somebody in here could be a dancer. Yeah, somebody in here, you could be a dancer, you could want to be a dancer, you could want to be or you could be someone that needs to dance as exercise. Like maybe you're someone that doesn't like just regular exercise. Maybe you need to join a dance class. Maybe you need to join Zumba. I don't know. I'm getting like somebody in here, you would benefit from moving. Are you not moving? Are you not getting up? If you're able-bodied, this isn't to, I'm not trying to trigger anybody that's dealing with a disability. If you're dealing with a disability, then I completely understand why you would feel kind of conflicted. But for those of you that are able to get up and move, are you getting up and moving? Because this is important in this pile. Your spirit team are saying that they've been trying to get you to move around, walk around, look at yourself, love yourself. But some of you are having a hard time with doing so. Okay, so give me a second. I'm going to shuffle off camera and then come back. All right, pile 2. Pile 2, I don't know how to feel about this message. And I was kind of confused in the beginning of the message, but I'm picking up on all kinds of different things. Let's get into the signs that are also relevant based off of the tarot. So I'm seeing Sagittarius, Scorpio, Taurus, Leo, Aquarius, Capricorn, Gemini, Virgo, Aries, Capricorn heavy, Sagittarius heavy, Aquarius, Aries heavy, Cancer out here, Pisces, and Aquarius again. But all signs are out here, so any sign that I named could be relevant. Now, somebody in here, you are very literally avoiding people or avoiding attention. Some of y'all are like trying to avoid people. Why is this? There could be people who are talking about you. I don't know if people are talking about you online. I don't know if this is like not literal people you know, and maybe this is just like, again, like if some of you are doom scrolling and you're seeing stuff online, it could be triggering you for some reason. Maybe you're seeing a bunch of people talk about stuff that isn't making you feel that confident. You almost feel, again, you could feel guilty or you feel bad. For some reason, somebody in here feels they're carrying some heavy emotions. Why is this here? Oh my God. Yeah, for some of you, okay. Now, for somebody in here, I'm getting a mixture of things. For some of you, you could be avoiding, this could be you avoiding friends. There could be certain friends from your past or friends in your energy that you're avoiding. Maybe you have some friends that are trying to get your attention. Maybe they want you to come outside. Maybe they're posting, or maybe they're doing something like that. I don't know. Somebody's trying to get your attention that way in this pile. Okay, this could even be like fans or people online that are supporting you could be wanting to get your attention. But for others of you, somebody in here could feel guilty about a third party. I don't know if somebody in here did something. Like if you are cheating, or if you cheated, or if there is some sort of third party situation that happened in the past. But for somebody in here, you could be carrying guilt around a third party, or somebody is, if this isn't you, somebody in your energy is feeling kind of guilty about something. Again, either you're feeling guilty when it comes to people wanting to hang out with you, or you're feeling pressured when it comes to people wanting to hang out with you, or there's something here about feeling guilt. Somebody feels guilty and they're trying to ignore what's going on. Some of y'all are in your feelings. Whoever I'm talking to, some of y'all could be in your feelings right now. I don't know if you're in your feelings because you see something, or if you're in your feelings because you're just kind of sad. But I do get the vibe that somebody is anticipating sadness. Okay, why am I also getting the vibe of like somebody getting invited to an event, or somebody having their own event? Like this could be your own birthday, your own graduation, your own, it's prom season. This could be somebody's prom, your own party, your own launch. Like there's something that you're doing. Some of you are meant to be doing something, but you anticipate negativity, or you anticipate sadness for some reason. Okay, or this could be somebody else. Some of y'all could even be avoiding people. If you're not the person that did something petty, like put somebody in a third party or betrayed somebody, some of y'all, somebody else could have did this to you. And I'm sorry if that has happened, because maybe somebody in here is actually feeling sad and not looking at themselves and kind of depressed because maybe you've been betrayed. Yeah, maybe you've been betrayed and now you're kind of embarrassed or something like that. Because I'm picking up on the energy of somebody outside of you either manifesting a betrayal for you, maybe even trying to be messy with you. Like, are some of you being like bullied? Like, I don't know what this energy is. It's making me kind of sad. Somebody could be getting like social media bullied, or like trolled, or I don't know. Heavy Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Virgo, Aries on the outside of you. Okay, either that's your energy and you're the one that's stressed out, you're being bullied, or somebody outside of you could be those signs and they're making you feel bad. For some of you, somebody could have hurt you and then like ghosted, hurt you and walked away, said something and walked away. I feel like you took a leap of faith, or you did something that, or you're wanting to take a leap of faith or do something that maybe you don't feel as confident in doing. Like some of y'all want to do something. What's this about? I'm confused. What is this right here? Aquarius energy here, Aries energy here, Capricorn, Sag is relevant. Why is this here? Some of y'all could want to like say something to somebody or reach out to somebody, or I don't know. This doesn't look negative, but for some reason there's so much fear around it. This is even giving me the vibe of like somebody like, what is this about? This could be like somebody going to a like a family event with their partner. Some of y'all expect betrayal or like sadness. Maybe somebody in here, maybe some of you feel like you're going to be judged for something. Or some of you assume that someone you're with is going to be judged. This could also be too, if some of you have feelings for someone. I feel like somebody's overthinking things. Either you're overthinking things or you're dealing with someone that's thinking a little too hard. Somebody could be afraid of what other people are going to say, or somebody in specific is going to say. There could be someone in specific that someone is worried about saying something or judging them for. Yes. Okay, because some of y'all, there's something here about somebody either, again, maybe not feeling as confident, not feeling as beautiful. Maybe some of you, you've had people around you that have made you feel bad, or somebody's dealing with something where they feel like somebody has made them feel like they're not beautiful, maybe not accepted, or not a certain standard. There's an energy here going on with that. This could be your energy, or again, this could be someone that you're dealing with. Some of y'all could have got ghosted by somebody because they feel like they're going to be betrayed by you. Some of y'all could want to reach out to somebody that ghosted you, and they feel like they're going to be betrayed by you. Some of y'all think this person's already in a relationship or something like that. It's too many scenarios in this pile. I'm also picking up on another scenario where somebody does not want to make a move on someone because you're in a relationship. Or they are, like somebody's about to get hit on or talked to, and somebody in your energy could be telling you like, why would you hit on them? It's giving me like, if you say something to them, I'm going to tell them that you're in a relationship. Or if this isn't somebody saying this to you, I'm getting like, I don't know, you're talking to someone that's in a relationship. Or if they're not in a relationship, why is this in reverse? Somebody's not feeling confident. For somebody in here, I'm definitely getting, there could be some sort of third party situation going on. Somebody could be afraid of approaching someone or saying something because they think that they are going to be torn between two people, or there's something here about someone feeling torn. Somebody is afraid of another person being torn. Because I definitely get the vibe that like, either you want to make a move on somebody, or somebody wants to make a move on you. And if for some reason it's being discouraged, I don't know if it's being discouraged. You know what else I'm getting? Like, if somebody isn't making a move on you or isn't talking to you, some of y'all could be like internalizing this. I don't know if this is something that has happened in the past for you, pal, too, or what's going on. But somebody could be judging themselves, like really judging themselves harshly for something that is taking place. I don't even think it's as bad as you think it is. Now, I will say there's definitely like evil eye or something going on. For some of y'all, people could be evil eyeing you, but I don't feel like it's like a valid evil eye. Like, why is pile? Okay, wait. Major Arcana if pile 2 is being evil eye. Major Arcana if pile 2 is being evil eye. If you're not the one being evil eye, somebody you're dealing with is. No, you're not the one being evil eye. Somebody else is. So why is the person that pile 2 is around getting evil eye? Because why is this here? For some of you, I feel like it's because some people feel like, okay, it's a mixture of things. It feels like it's a lot of jealousy going on. For some of you, some people are evil eyeing someone because they don't have a job. For others of you, somebody is evil eyeing someone because somebody could be having a child out of wedlock. Okay? That doesn't have to be true for everybody, but somebody could be pregnant and, you know, maybe you're not married or something like that. People are judging you for that. Others of you, I'm getting like somebody could be being judged because I don't know. Like, this energy is so weird. I'm almost getting like there are people that are envious because somebody, oh my God, what is this? For somebody in this pile, somebody could like not be sleeping with people. You could not be sleeping with somebody, or somebody is not sleeping with people, or there's something going on here where like people could be upset because you're not sleeping with people, or this person is not sleeping with people. Maybe the people who are upset are people who are mad that this person didn't sleep with them or isn't interested in them. This is like somebody trying to make somebody feel bad because they weren't interested in them. This is very odd. Your biggest challenge here is pursuing this person or making a move on this person. This could even be too, maybe people are saying that they don't view this person as attractive, but you do. Yeah, like some of y'all really like this person. This could also be a sexuality thing. Somebody in this file. You could be dealing with someone of the same sex. Man, woman, person, doesn't matter. And there could be something going on here where people don't like that either. Somebody's being judged. Either people are saying something like, why is it so many layers? There's too many layers to this. Some people could be judging someone because they feel like they're cheating. Other people are judging someone because they feel like they are not attractive enough to them. Who cares? There's also another group of people who are mad because somebody didn't sleep with them, but maybe they're sleeping with you, or maybe you're making a move on someone that nobody has slept with, and somebody's trying to say like, oh, well, they're not going to sleep with you, or they're not even that cute. They're saying somebody is saying somebody's not cute because they didn't sleep with them. That's for somebody in this reading. Somebody in this reading, somebody is trying to say that somebody's either trying to convince you this, or somebody's talking about somebody because they're actually mad. What is this energy about? I feel like somebody, if it's not you getting evil-eyed, somebody is afraid of getting evil-eyed. Like, what is this about? Yeah, there's something here about somebody not being willing to work on something. Not being willing to work on a relationship. Somebody is not being willing to work on, I don't know. Why is this message relevant? This message is so weird. This message is relevant because this is something that you've been thinking about. Or somebody's been thinking about this. Or you're trying to figure out why somebody's not talking to you, or why somebody's thinking. It has something to do with someone feeling like they need to hold back because I feel like somebody's deciding on what they want. Either somebody is deciding on what they want outside of you, or you are the one deciding. There's somebody that you know you want. Yes. And this person is an equal to you. This person is someone that matches your energy. But for some reason, there is somebody in the energy that's like a hater. I can't tell if it's a woman or a man. Even if it's a man, this could be a man that's operating in feminine energy. Like, he's catty. He's catty. He's catty. He's mean. Okay. This man could be, again, like gossiping, talking bad about somebody. I don't know. I personally feel like, I mean, nobody really benefits from gossiping or talking bad about people in general. Okay. And I'm not one to shame or slander people on my own time, but maybe this is a hot take. And maybe this is a hot take, but I don't think men really should ever be like clowning women. Like, if I ever see a group of men clowning women where it's kind of like, oh, she's ugly, like, she got this, she got that, da, da, oh, she flat-chested, she too fat, da, 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 da. If I ever see somebody doing that, that's very unattractive and also kind of weird. Like, I'm getting a weird vibe in this reading. I would be suspicious of that man. Not saying that you need to judge him, like, you know, judge him any deeper than just what his character shows. Because I'm just getting the vibe that somebody could be trying to shame somebody or be mean. But it seems like it's for like an alternate reason. It's to make someone not pursue something or not go through with something. Or they could be trying to make you question yourself, but something's weird. I'm getting a weird vibe in this reading. Why are people being so judgy? Somebody's being judgy. Why are people being so judgy? Because somebody is a star. Or some of you are meant to be a star. Or some of you are going towards a star. Somebody is a good person or is attractive. Yeah, somebody in here, somebody's a big deal. Somebody wants someone to feel like they don't have a chance. Either somebody wants to make someone feel small, like they don't have a chance, like they don't have a chance at pursuing this thing or going after this thing or going to this event or whatever it is. I don't know. Or there's something going on here where it's like somebody could very literally, like, if you like someone or if someone else likes someone, or I don't know, there's something going on here where I'm picking up on a masculine. This could be a feminine and masculine energy as well. Or maybe you are a masculine. I don't know. But somebody's trying to make someone feel like their time is up. They don't have a chance with this person. This person isn't attractive. You're not attractive to this person. Like, somebody's being weird. You won't be able to pursue this thing. You shouldn't try to do this thing. Your advice is to recognize either who supports you, who you love, or what it is that you feel called to go towards. Because for some of you, especially if this is about you not being connected to someone, maybe there's someone that you want to reconnect with or connect with in general. Like, it may not even be a reconnection. Maybe there's someone you want to go towards. If there is no third party involved in all of that, like on your end, maybe somebody's trying to psych you out. Like, somebody is trying to make someone question a connection. And this may not even be romantic. I was saying it could be a friend thing. Maybe somebody's like wanting to be nice to somebody who's a friend. And somebody is like hating. Okay, what's more advice in this pile? This is a weird pile. More advice? Do whatever the freak you want to do. Do whatever the freak you want to do. You got the Death card and the Ace of Pentacles. For some of y'all, whatever change you choose to make, whatever type of ending you choose to have, it's going to work out for you. I feel like something has to change for you to move towards what you want. You have to have confidence to go towards what you want, pile 2. So whether this is a person or a skill or something like that, some of y'all, it takes confidence to do what you want to do. And I feel like there are people around you that want to support you, but there's also a level of anxiety here when it comes to fully committing to this thing, fully committing to this person, fully committing to whatever it is you're going towards or whatever it is you want to do. There's something here about you needing to have confidence when it comes to committing to something. And I keep saying commitment, and it's kind of giving me like, is this a commitment? Is this a relationship thing? Do you need to have confidence when it comes to committing to someone? Because maybe it's not even that your partner is being seen as like, oh, this person isn't cute enough for you, or this person isn't cool enough for you, or anything like that. Maybe it's more so a thing where somebody is trying to make someone feel like, again, this person's going to cheat. This person's a cheater. This person's shady. Are you sure? This person da 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 da. I'm getting that vibe. This is weird. This is weird energy. Is there anything specific that pile 2 needs to know before I close out this file? You got the Queen of Wands reverse. Who is this? Why is this here? Some of y'all, it could be an Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius feminine in your energy that you need to block. 7 of Wands. Yeah. Could be a Leo, or it could be a masculine as well. Heavy on the fire. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. If you're not a fire sign, some of y'all, if you are a fire sign, you need to work on your confidence. Because your confidence is what's going to get you to where you want to go or get you what you want. Some of y'all, you could be acting out like if you are in a Queen of Wands reverse energy, you the type to fall for, oh, you know they're a hoe, oh, you know they're shady, oh, you know that, because you don't have the confidence to follow your own intuition. You're the type of person that, no shade to you, but let me tell you who this type of person is. This is the type of person that would be willing to fall for somebody trying to use reverse psychology on them when it comes to pursuing their dreams. So somebody putting you down in hopes that you don't have the confidence to do what you want to do. Somebody that actually is going to listen to the hate comment. Somebody that may even respond to the hate comment, or may even do something like, and not even in a like a I'm gonna defend myself type of way, but more so in a way where it's like, prove yourself. Somebody in here, if you're still in an energy of proving yourself, you need to work on your confidence, because you don't need to prove squat to nobody. To nobody. Why? Why? To who? What are you trying to prove? That you're attractive? That you're confident? I feel like for a lot of you, especially if this, or that you deserve something. For somebody in here, if this is not your energy, okay, if this is your energy, people are trying to make you hide. Somebody wants you to hide. Somebody wants you to feel small. They don't want you to go after what you want. Somebody may not want you to pursue the love that you want, the career that you want. Somebody could be trying to make you feel bad. If people are trying to make you feel bad, I'm letting you know right now, this is not real. These people's opinions are not valid. Because these are people that are coming up in karmic energy. I don't care how fine they are. Look, I was about to say, my throat got dry. I don't care how fine they are. Internally, they are not on your level spiritually. These people have not done the work. They're low vibe. And low vibes are not always a bad thing, but these are people that enjoy dwelling in the lower vibe. They're not even confident. This is ego. And ego can be a good thing, but not on this type of level. These are people that are in their ego so much so that they are only focused on things that would matter on a superficial level. Okay? Whoever this person is, or whoever these people are, be wary of these type of people. For another group of you, you need to be aware of your own energy. Are you being shallow? Are you being superficial? What's going on? Either these are people or this is you. And if this is you, you might need to pull your energy back from certain people. Because I'm saying shallow, but this is just like, it may not even be a shallow thing. For some of y'all, it has nothing to do with looks. It has everything to do with the fact that these are people that feel like you're not doing what they want you to do. That's why I said with that hibiscus flower. Somebody in here, you are different. You're very special. You're very different from other people. Somebody doesn't like this. But do you like it? Somebody wants to make you feel insecure. This could be women and men. I'm picking up on more than one person, y'all. Some of y'all have more than one person that wants you to feel anxious about whatever decision that you're making, whatever you want to pursue, however you're showing up in the world. Why is this here? And if this isn't your energy, maybe this is someone that's trying to make you feel weird about someone else. Like, this might not even be the evil eye that you're experiencing. Like, somebody could be talking bad about other people to you to manipulate you. And I feel like it's because somebody is afraid of you going towards something new. Somebody could think you're about to go towards a new love. Somebody could feel like you have new love. Yes. Somebody could be afraid that you're about to go towards a new lover. Or just go towards new opportunities in general. And they're either going to shame you, or they're going to try to make you like, I don't know if this is direct shame, or if this is like subs, or if this is like, again, like trolling, like you don't even know who's saying some of this stuff, but somebody's trying to make you feel bad for going towards what you want. What's another piece of advice for the people in this reading? This is a crazy reading. What's another piece of advice? Some of y'all need to leave some people out. I don't know who these people are. Yeah. To go towards what you want, some of y'all may have to leave something out. Yes. For some of you, I don't know who you want to be around, or who you want to connect with, or who this is that you love. You got the King of Cups, the Queen of Cups. Some of y'all love somebody. And there is somebody in your energy. This could be someone from the past. This could be somebody's ex. This could be an old friend. Somebody in your energy is hurt. Somebody is hurt. I'm seeing Aries, Gemini, Virgo, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Aquarius. These people could be hurt. Why? Why? Where'd that card go? What the hell? Card didn't even go out. Wait. Oh, did it flip in the deck? What card is this? Five of Cups. Why? Because they don't want to be left out. Somebody does not want to be left out. So I don't know what this is about. This energy is weird. Man, woman, person, doesn't matter. I know I talked about men talking about talking about women's bodies, but anybody shaming anybody to get a kick out of it for themselves or for whatever reason. I don't know why anybody would be shaming anybody, but anybody that is doing that, question that person. Yeah, question the person that's choosing to be the bully. Don't question the person that's being bullied. Like, if you really intuitively feel like something's off, okay, use your intuition. But for some of y'all in here, somebody's trying to talk you out of moving towards a relationship or starting some sort of project or doing something. And they're trying to do it by making you question your decision. Maybe you're avoiding telling people because of this. I don't know. This is a weird reading. This pile in specific went every which way. And part of me was wondering, like, maybe this would have to do with, like pregnancy almost. I don't know if you are pregnant or if somebody is pregnant. Maybe that is a thing. But I didn't see any, like, pregnancy vibes. So this may not even have anything to do with, like, a pregnancy. You have affirmation for healing the heart. And then affirmation for growth. Some of y'all are meant to be connecting with somebody. This pile seems to be romantic for some reason. Some of you are supposed to be connecting with somebody. Like, there should be a discussion that's had. Maybe even when it comes to growing a situation, a connection. Y'all should be healing something together. But for some reason, there's like evil eye. Or negative energy being thrown your way. Or somebody's talking bad about someone. Or something weird's going on. Use your discernment. I don't know what this is about. Some of y'all need to clean your mirrors. Your soul's journey messages. You have gratitude. I am thankful for this life and the opportunities that it presents. Freedom. I possess the power and the free will to create my own happiness. And change. I understand that nothing can grow or evolve without movement. Yeah, some of y'all need to change, grow, or evolve. could be away from certain people. And be grateful for the fact that you have certain opportunities. Because again, I can't tell if you're like trying to pursue something career wise. Like, even if this is a career thing, some of y'all, there could be an opportunity that you want to pursue that somebody else wants to pursue. Somebody else wants that opportunity. I don't even care if it's not in their like eligibility. Like, if they might not even be able to have the same access to this opportunity, but somebody would much rather you give up on it before you try and do it before them. Be mindful of that. Some of y'all are getting talked out of opportunities because people don't want you to have it. Some of y'all are being talked out of relationships because people don't want you to have it. Yes. Your self-care cards in this pile. You got Dream Journal, Sync with the Moon, and Beauty Ritual. Some of you need to be prioritizing your beauty routine around this moon. Maybe that'll make you feel better. Especially if somebody's trying to make you feel bad. Some of y'all also need to pay attention to the moon phases, because the moon phases mean things. Even if it's not a full or a new moon, the in-between phases also mean stuff. And pay attention to your dreams as well. I've been having crazy dreams. I've been loving the dreams though. They're not bad. They haven't been bad, but I've been enjoying these dreams. You have a message here. It says full moon. Take note of how your intentions have manifested. Reflect with gratitude and let go of what is no longer serving you. Put your crystals and sacred belongings outside under the moonlight and for recharging and cleansing. Some of y'all need to cleanse your crystals in the moonlight tonight or whenever you see this. Numbers 5, 51, and 2 could be relevant. So Taurus and Gemini, Cancer and Gemini, and Aquarius and Pisces may be relevant. Yeah. Even with the Freedom card, like you do have the space to make yourself happy. Maybe people don't support your vision or support your dreams or support your relationship or something like that, but if it isn't a bad thing, just be happy in it. Don't worry about other people. For real. What's a love oracle for the people in this reading? You have surrender. At times we must surrender the old before something new can enter our lives. Let go and all will work out. I don't know what that means for you, but there you go. You got criticizing one another will only lead to further unhappiness. Love and accept each other as you are, and your relationship will magically transform. Bottom of the deck you have, if you could do anything, what would it be? The answer dwells in your heart, not in your mind, for the heart is the gateway to the soul. Yes. I feel like people are messing with your mind. Somebody in this pile, people could be trying to make you insecure when it comes to your mind. People are trying to mess with your mind when it comes to what you love, who you love, whatever it is, to make you question whether you should do it or whether not to or whatever. Trust your intuition. Trust your feelings, not your thoughts. Don't let people try to tell you, because that's the whole thing. People can frame the logic behind it like, this only makes sense. Da, 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 da. I mean, don't get me wrong. You can trust people that you know are actually giving you genuine advice. But for some of y'all, you need to trust your intuition, because somebody in this pile may actually have, either these are people that you know, or these are just people online projecting like negative energy onto maybe someone that you know. This is like you reading the comments of someone and everybody in the comments are like, boo, ugly, you stink, da 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 da, of like someone that you like. You could be like, I think this person's fine. And everybody's like, oh, boo, ooh, ooh. No. No, like, I've never had an issue with being the oddball out. If everybody's saying like, this is the hottest color to wear, but the other color is what I want to wear, I'm wearing the other color, because who cares? Why would people, that's what I'm saying, like, it's not even to defy people. I'm just getting like, some of you, I don't know if you're feeling insecure or if you're dealing with a situation that like you feel like weary about. I don't know. Just trust your gut. Yes, you have an oracle that came out. It says attack, pain, fear, judgment, and any form of separation are merely calls for help. For some of you, there could have been some sort of argument, pain, maybe pushback or something that you experience with someone. I said some of y'all could have experienced some sort of like separation with someone, and maybe they just wanted help. Or maybe they just were like, maybe somebody was picking up on the evil eye, because somebody's getting evil eyed. And I said it wasn't you. For some of y'all, you're dealing with someone that's getting evil eyed. You wondering why people are being weird? Because this person's getting evil eyed, either by people around you or by people on their end for some reason. You also have bottom of the deck. My vibes speak loudly. I'm sorry. My vibes speak louder than my words. You need to stand on it. If this is someone that you're supposed to be with, stand up for your person. If this is a friend, stand up for your friend. If this is a situation that you just believe in, stand up for what you believe in. Somebody needs to stand on what they believe in. Do not fold because other people... This is like wearing an outfit and everybody in the comments is like, ugh, that outfit's ugly, da 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 da. But you loved that outfit. So do you care? For real, do you actually care? Because I don't care. You should not care. I don't know how I really wish I could tell people how to have this type of mindset, but I just feel like this is something that comes with knowing that there's a lot of ignorant people out there. And a lot of times people are just choosing to hate because they don't want to see you shine. I mean, there could be times where you're wrong. And again, take criticism for when, healthy criticism if there is something that you're doing wrong. But in this scenario, I feel like some of y'all could be running from criticism or worried about how people view you, or like listening to people and their negative opinions. And it's just like, trust yourself. Trust yourself. Trust yourself. Talk. What did it say? Hear it from a horse's mouth or something like that. Go talk to the horse. Go talk to the horse, bro. Go talk directly to the horse. Because somebody is spewing negativity because they want to sway you off your path. And somebody in here, no shade, boo, I don't know who I'm talking to, but somebody in here is definitely either insecure enough to believe it or just naive enough to believe it. So trust yourself. All right, that's all that I got in this pile. Dang, pile 2. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Turn on your notification bells. Check the description box down below to book a personal reading. Book a personal reading if you need further guidance. 3, you are the pile that chose the Judgment card and Pyrite, or Le Judgment. For some of you, I don't know what deck this is. If you know what deck this is, definitely let me know in the comments. But I chose to do the Judgment card instead of the Death card. Normally, Scorpio energy is associated with the major arcana of the Death card, but I chose to use the Judgment this time around because the Judgment is also ruled by Pluto. When it comes to the tarot deck, certain cards are, represented by certain planets, and the Judgment card is ruled by Pluto, but also it is another form of scorpionic energy, and I feel like it's relevant to this full moon in Scorpio, because the Judgment card normally signifies a major judgment call being made, a decision, a turning point. Sometimes it means it can represent some sort of like, some people think it's reconciliation, like a revival, something like that. But I'm actually going to describe the card to you, or some of the meanings of it, from a description that I'm seeing online. The Judgment card's number is 20, okay? Because the XX, I believe, is at the bottom. So you could be seeing 20, or somebody could be born on the 20th. Somebody could also be 20 years old. 2020 could have been a relevant year. Or the 20th of this month was relevant. Or maybe next month, who knows? Or, well, I guess it's this month, so May. It says the Judgment card signifies a major turning point, a wake-up call, and a moment of reckoning, indicating a spiritual awakening, inner calling, and self-evaluation. It represents a profound, life-altering shift requiring the integration of past lessons, encouraging one to shed old skin and embrace a higher purpose, leading to renewal. Yes. So that's what I was going to say. Like, most times the Death card does symbolize some level. Like, some people think, I mean, if you are doing a certain reading, it can represent literal death. However, when I see the Death card, I immediately think of rebirths, endings to lead to new beginnings, renewals, resurrection, glow ups. Even I think when I see the death card, I think about glow ups. So the Judgment card has a similar energy. However, it definitely has more so to do with decision making. So making the final judgment call to end something so you can have a new beginning. Making the final judgment call when it comes to renewing yourself or whatever it is. There's something here about reclaiming your power around this moon that is so significant in all the piles. I feel like a lot of people are embracing their authority. And in this pile in specific, you definitely could be. Now, what I was going to say about this specific judgment card, though, there's a woman at the top, right? There's a woman at the top and she's playing the saxophone. So somebody in here, you could be a musician. You could be dealing with a musician. Some of you could be going to see live music. You could be into jazz or brass instruments. Somebody in here, you could have ancestors that were into music, ancestors that were into jazz and things like that. I'm just getting a strong vibe in this reading that music could be symbolic. What you're choosing to listen to around this time could be significant. Or this is even giving me to, I know you guys have seen the trend online where they're like, when you hear those saxophones, okay, so some of you, there could be some saxophones going off. I don't know if this is for you or for somebody else. Maybe somebody is hearing the saxophones, they know that a judgment call is being called on them. Or again, maybe this is you. Maybe some of you are concerned that a judgment call is being called on you, but we'll see how it goes in the reading. They're also saying that with this card in specific, the archangel that is above, that normally is with the trumpet, normally the angel is playing a trumpet instead of a saxophone. It is supposed to be represented by Archangel, Gabriel. Okay, so Archangel Gabriel could be significant. And it says this represents a divine calling or wake up call to rise to a higher level of consciousness. All right, so some of you around this moon, you are being asked to ascend. Okay, to leave a certain version of yourself behind, a life behind, certain things behind in order for you to ascend. For some of you, this could even be within some sort of creative field. Or again, maybe some of you are hearing music and things that are giving you signs that like it's time for you to level up. It's time for you to glow up. It's time for you to rise past whatever you're going through. It also says the rising figures from the coffins. Normally on the judgment card, there are like coffins down at the bottom, but on this one, you have the two people dancing. But it says rising figures from the coffins symbolize resurrection, rebirth, and letting go of the past. Okay. And there's also images of water and mountains on the original judgment card in the background. And it says mountains represent insurmountable obstacles that have been overcame. Water represents the subconscious. So again, this card is very significant to a cycle in somebody's life that is about to come to a close. If you chose pile 3, again, you know, normally, like I know I made the joke about the saxophone sound. And if you don't know about that, there's like a trending thing going on where people talk about the saxophones in most like, you know, like 90s movies when they play saxophones when people are in certain towns. And it happens a lot in black films. But when people hear the saxophones, it's like a bad sign, like of something coming in. However, in this reading, I kind of get the vibe that a lot of you, or at least in this pile, I kind of get the vibe that a lot of you are actually coming to a point of like significant change. Like this is giving me Uranus leaving Taurus, moving into Gemini. Somebody could be ending a 7-year cycle of some sort. Could be of karma. Could be of a lesson. Some of y'all could be ending your Saturn return. Some of y'all are starting your Saturn return. Some of you are like ending a school course, or like, I don't know, like graduating. Like I'm getting all kinds of stuff. Like some of you could be ending an addiction, starting a new hobby, or, you know, like there's something that's significant, or maybe even revisiting a talent or something like that. Like around this full moon, some of you may be releasing your fears to finally pursue some sort of talent that you have. And with the pyrite crystal right next to it, I kind of get the vibe that this has something to do with your abundance as well. So whatever type of cycle that you're closing, or whatever type of path that you're choosing to move on, you are about to experience abundance. You are about to experience abundance, but it requires you having the courage to end a cycle and release something that no longer serves you and starting something new. So let's look into pyrite crystal before we get into the actual tarot and the oracles. But yeah, I'm getting that vibe off of that card. Some of y'all definitely could be musicians, or you're dealing with a musician, or again, you could have a loved one on the other side that's into music, or you're getting messages through music. Yeah. Okay, so pyrite. It's on page 38. Somebody could be a Scorpio or a Sagittarius, or Capricorn. Okay. It says pyrite. This dazzling stone has strong links to wealth, power, and protection. The color is gold. Pyrite has a brassy yellow color and metallic luster. Good for fortune. Look to this stone for prosperity and protection from negative energy. Fool's gold. In the old mining days, pyrite was often mistaken for gold and gained itself the nickname fool's gold. Ironically, pyrite has little monetary value, but it is thought to bring fortune. Put it on display at home to increase your chances of attracting abundance. You also have a message here that says, go for it. It says, use pyrite to light a fire in your belly and go after what you want. With its ability to increase strength, stamina, and leadership properties, you have all the ammunition you need to step up to your own potential. Yes, I really get in this pile based off of that card. Like, I don't know why. I don't think I've ever seen so much significance in the judgment card till right now. Normally I love, like you can even see in my little logo for my channel, I love the death card. I love the death card. Like that's probably one of my favorite cards in the tarot deck. Not just because it's a Scorpio card. I mean, part of it is, but part of it is because it's Scorpio's card. But another part of it is because it's the energy behind the card. Like I know most people view it as like scary or ominous, or it's like, you know, like there's so many negative connotations tied to death, but death is a natural occurrence. This is a natural experience. This is something that all of us will have to experience. You know, all of us will have to experience ourselves, and all of us will see happen in our lifetime. So it's almost like it is the connecting force for all of us. I don't see it as a negative thing. Endings have never been a negative thing to me. But something about that judgment card to me is holding such a different type of meaning. And I mean, everything in the readings so far have been kind of profound, but not even profound, but it just seems to hold a heavier weight than it normally does. And it could be because of the moon, or it's just because this is the type of vibe we're in. But yeah, I just kind of like the fact that the judgment card is really you basically, you know, I mean, it is the divine because there's an angel above in the card, but it kind of feels like this is a judgment call that you and the divine, there's a level of co-creation that's happening. You and the divine have decided to change. And I feel like a lot of you are choosing to step up to your own potential. Like this is a decision that, yeah, you've been guided to do through the divine supporting you in it, or maybe getting signs and synchronicities, but it takes your own effort to make certain things happen. And I feel like somebody in this pile, you're putting in the effort to achieve whatever you want, or you're ready to put in the effort. And that's something to be proud about. You also have a message here that says bright spark. It says this stone takes its name from the Greek word for fire because of its fire making abilities. When struck hard enough against metal or stone, it can create sparks, although we don't recommend trying this for yourself. Okay, so that may be significant. Also, there's another message here. It says one stone fits all. You can also use pyrite to better your health. This handy crystal, is said to strengthen the circulatory and respiratory systems and protect against environmental pollutants. It can also be used to fight viral infections, reduce fevers, and strengthen the immune system. That lady on the card also kind of looks like she's smoking from a pipe. So some of y'all could be like no longer smoking, or maybe some of you are smoking. I don't know. Like there's something significant about that as well. Maybe some of you are saging or using incense around this time. But yeah, that's what I'm getting off of that. Also, if any of you are interested in pyrite crystals, whether that's in jewelry form or a necklace or anything like that, I'm not sure if it's in necklace form on the site, but you should definitely check out Otter Spirit, which is the brand that I am partnering with. You can look at the link down below and use my coupon codes to receive jewelry at a discounted price. But I believe they have pyrite on their site. Their bracelets are super nice. But their necklaces also look really pretty. Even their little spheres. I love a crystal sphere. But numbers that are significant in this pile. We got 44, 37, and that's it. Somebody could be 44 or 37. Somebody could be a Leo or a Virgo, a Scorpio, or a Libra. I'm seeing Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus, but Moon in specific. Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus, or Moon in specific. For somebody in this pile, I really get like I don't know how the reading's gonna go once I start pulling tarot, but this message is positive. And I don't know how people felt about the moon being in Scorpio. Like, for some reason, I've noticed that a lot of people associate Scorpio with negative things. And I get it. Like, even down to Pluto, like, I don't know. I don't know. Like, I feel like it tickles me a little bit, but it actually kind of makes me feel like, oh, that's like sad that a lot of people, when they think of Pluto or they think of Scorpio or they think of, things related to scorpionic energy, because of it being such like a shadow work type of sign and hidden and mysterious type of sign, people actually really associate it with negative things. I've had so many assumptions made about me, whether it's because of my page or just because of my placements, that it is like actually kind of shocking, because I think I'm probably one of the most positive people I know. If anything, I'm probably someone that leans more towards optimism. But even down to me, like, you see how I just talked about the death card? Like, even down to the death card, it's not a thing of like doom and gloom and scary to me. It's pretty positive. And I actually feel like this reading is very positive. I hope people are taking positive energy away from this reading, or at least understanding that change and endings and rejuvenation and all kinds of stuff like that, it does not come from staying at a high vibe at all times. Yeah, there's going to be low moments, but you have to be willing to work your way up to the top. So even down to being in a low vibe, like, and I tried to bring it up a little bit in the other pile, but people can be at a low vibe, and that doesn't mean that they're a bad person. Being sad is a low vibration. Being depressed is a low vibration. However, sometimes sadness and depression and grief and all these things are things that we have to sit with and face, so that we can finally see something positive from whatever type of endings we encounter. And we encounter a lot of things ending in our life, whether it's people passing, like even down to passings. Like, I've experienced so many people pass in my lifetime, and I'm not that old. So for the amount of people that I've seen, whether it's like other people around me who have experienced passings, or even people in my own family, for me to be able to tap further into my own connection to my ancestors and to God and to spirit, through me understanding that, there's an other side, or there is something that comes after death, to me, that is something that is really beautiful. I don't think that I ever would have been able to understand the importance of being alive, or like just having a purpose in general, or trying to be a good person while here, if I didn't see the things that other people had gone through before they passed and things like that. So somebody in here, oh, I just choked up a little bit. Somebody in here, that may be significant, but this reading is actually pretty positive. What I'm seeing most in this pile is that somebody in here needs to know that it's time for you to close out a cycle where you don't feel like you are good enough. Okay? I don't know what area of life you feel like you're not good enough in. I don't know what you want to start, what you want to pursue, where you want to go, that you feel like you need to change, or just not be yourself in order to thrive there. But I kind of get the vibe in this pile that somebody needs to know that what you want is easy. What you want to achieve is easy. It might not be easy getting there, but I'm getting like being in alignment with your destiny, having success in a certain field, excelling because of your talents or your natural abilities is something that you're destined to do. Okay. And some of you have the extra support of guides on the other side for you. Somebody in here, you could be a psychic. You could be a reader. You could be a medium. I don't know. But if you're not a medium and all these different things, for some of you, you definitely have guides on the other side. Like I'm telling you, you have people on the other side that are supporting you in your authenticity. And it's time to be more authentic. It's time to leave whatever old mask you've had from your past behind so that you can fully step up to your full potential and be whatever type of divine or royal spirit you're supposed to be while here. Somebody in here is like very, very divine in this pile. Okay. Like I'm for some reason I'm hearing like terms like prince or princess or like king or queen or, you know, even empress and emperor. Like I'm getting some of you, maybe to your ancestors, you are like a king or queen, or like there's something here about you being from a lineage or culture where you could be labeled things like that. Like maybe some of you do live in a culture where they have kings and queens and things like that, or you come from a past life where that is your energy. And if that is the case, I feel like it's time for you to really embrace whatever type of destiny you feel you're supposed to be fulfilling. Because somebody in here feels like they have a big purpose, but the purpose that you want to achieve requires you being fully yourself. Okay? And fully yourself means like no limits. No limits, no judging yourself, no holding back. Trusting your intuition when it comes to what you want to pursue. Maybe trusting your intuition when it comes to who you need to leave behind or what you need to start. Like there are things you need to release, but I don't feel like it's anything that you need to be afraid of letting go of. Okay, so I'm about to get into the tarot or shuffle the tarot off camera and then come back and tell you what I see. All right, pile 3. So signs that are also relevant in this pile, I'm seeing Virgo, Pisces, Cancer, Libra, Aquarius, Scorpio, Sagittarius. Did I say Capricorn? Capricorn is here. Scorpio, Taurus, Leo, Aquarius, Capricorn, Sag again. Okay, we got all signs out here, but those signs are most prominent in this pile. I'm also getting Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. All the signs, though. Any sign is in this pile, but the signs that I named are most prevalent in this pile. Pile 3. This is exactly what I thought it was. And this message is very positive still, but from what I'm getting, pile 3, many of you that chose this pile are currently in a state of really getting clear on where it is that you're headed, what you want to focus on, and you're sticking to that path. I feel like a lot of you are thriving right now. I don't know what you're doing in your career. I don't know how you're showing up in your love life. I see you getting a lot of positive attention, a lot of support, a lot of praise for how you're showing up. And maybe this is you being more authentic or something about you being around this moon. You're going to show up in a really authentic way. But there are people in your energy that may be bothered by the fact that they're not included in how you're showing up, and or they're going to be bothered by the fact that you don't feel bad for something. For some of you, people feel like you should feel bad for, I don't know if these are people that you've left behind. For some of you, these people feel like they don't understand why you're not competing. Okay, somebody in your energy may be confused as to why you're not competing. Why you're showing up so authentically and you don't feel like you need to apologize, why you are being so unapologetic. Like I'm really getting you're being unapologetic. Some of y'all are already in the energy that I've been talking about. Some of y'all are showing up in a way that is so authentic that it is going to bring you a lot of attention, or you are in the stages of like moving into a cycle of life where you're getting a lot of attention, positive attention for being so real, so raw, so yourself. I think a lot of people can tell that you are being yourself and they enjoy this. There could even be someone specific in your environment that it looks like this is someone that tends to be like, this could be like an on and off relationship, or someone that's in and out of your life, or could even be someone that's like on and off when it comes to your authenticity. Okay, like I don't know if somebody like is a follower. I'm getting like a follower energy. Like some of y'all could have someone in your energy that has a tendency to like you when you're being liked and not like you when you're not being liked, or something like that. Okay, I don't know who this is for. Some of y'all, you could be dealing with an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, or Pisces. You could have somebody in your energy with those signs in their chart. They don't have to be, but they're coming up in a space of kind of being like interested in whatever it is that you're doing. This person could be very intrigued by the energy that you have currently, or there's this energy here of them almost being like, for some reason, it's giving me like moth to a flame. Like this is somebody that is so intrigued by your energy, but they also view it as threatening. They can tell that it's threatening. You being this authentic is threatening to this person. Why? Because I feel like this is someone that, again, at some point in time may have felt like they had the upper hand in the situation with you. This is giving me the vibe of somebody that may have felt like they were, I don't want to say like this person thought that they were better than you at some point, but for some of y'all, maybe. Okay, I'm seeing Aries, Gemini here. This could be somebody that felt like they were doing better than you at some point, maybe looked better than you at some point. This could be somebody that feels like they were more authentic than you at some point. There's something here about somebody feeling like they... This is someone that feels like, again, you should be competing with them. And I don't know if you are. Or this is someone that feels like you're glowing up, you're growing, you're changing. Again, maybe some of you have finally decided that you want to be the most authentic version of yourself. You want to be the most confident version of yourself. You want to be seen. You want to be supported. And there's like this energy here of this person feeling like this person has two emotions, because I'm seeing so many different things. And this could be more than one person. You could have more than one person in your energy that's like watching you heavily right now and having different opinions about you. Some of these people feel like you owe them an apology. I don't know why. Only you know. Some of these people feel like you should be a bit more competitive, or they feel like you used to compete with them and now you don't. That's another thing. Some of these people feel like you're not fully trusting your intuition. Like whatever version of yourself that you're showing up as, they may be feeling like you're making the wrong decision, or you're doing the wrong thing by saying that, or like they view you as not actually trusting yourself, when in all actuality, I think that you are. But the only reason why they feel this way is because I don't think you've talked to them about your plans. These could be like frenemies. I don't know if you didn't talk to these people about your plans, or if this is something going on where this is like something that people didn't expect of you. Yeah, like some people feel like, I don't know, y'all, somebody in your energy. And if this is like a love interest, for some of you, this is someone that, again, maybe at one point in time, they were going back and forth when it came to how you showed up, because in their mind, they felt like you should have been competing, or maybe they were competing. Maybe they were judging you based off of what other people were doing or what other people had. And now there's this vibe of this person being a bit obsessed. This person's obsessed with you. I don't know who this person is. This person's kind of coming up obsessive. They could be very attracted to you as well. I feel like there's something about you that's coming off real. Yeah, this person could be very attracted to you. For some of you, this person has been slow to... Okay, so I don't know what's going on with you. Did you just get out of a relationship? Are you talking about topics that you don't normally talk about? Like, there's something coming up here where this person feels like maybe they recently got out of a relationship. For some of you, somebody at some point in time felt like they had to take their time when it came to, I guess, giving you your flowers, approaching you, or saying something to you. It looks like you're going to be getting someone's attention or talking to someone very soon. But it's because it looks like you stopped waiting, or you stopped playing it safe. You broke out of some sort of cycle. What's the cycle that pile 3 is breaking out of? You broke out of a cycle, I'm getting, of like waiting. For some of you, it's not even waiting on this person. For some of y'all, maybe you were waiting on this person and now you don't care. But now you're putting yourself back out into the dating pool, or now you're posting a certain type of way, or I don't know. Somebody's watching you heavily. For others of you, this isn't just about romantic love. I'm getting like somebody stopped waiting for approval. There was a point in time where you may have been waiting for approval from people, waiting for likes from people, waiting for acceptance from people. And I feel like now that you're not worried about it, your energy is showing up so much more authoritative, so much more confident, so much more like distinct, that people are intrigued by this. Somebody quite literally could be turned on by you. I don't know who this is. Somebody in your energy is interested in you right now, romantically, because they did not expect you to change. And the Death card came out here. Some of y'all are going through a change. Could be a glow up. Why is this here? Something about your energy has changed. This person is in their feelings. I do feel like this could be someone you care about as well. Even if this isn't romantic, somebody could feel like, wow, like I need to connect with you now because you're looking so cool, or I need to hang out with you now because look at you, you're thriving. Like this is like somebody could be flexing on you or was hoping to flex on you, but I feel like you flexed on them and you may not have even done anything super big. Yeah, for a lot of you, the reason why you even went through this change is because this person at some point was competing with you. Pile 3. This could have been someone that was not trying to include you or make you feel accepted at some point in time. And this is why you went through a change. But now this person is noticing that you don't care. So now they want to come your way. If this is romantic, again, this could have even been someone that chose someone else over you. Some of y'all, this person was in a relationship. Either this person is getting out of a relationship and trying to talk to you, or this person is noticing that you got out of a relationship. I don't know. Or maybe they're noticing you're in one. I don't get what's going on. Somebody could see that you are just thriving. But you want to know what's funny? A lot of you are thriving because you stopped whatever you were doing with this person. You could have stopped entertaining somebody. You could have stopped competing for somebody. You could have stopped trying to put effort towards somebody. Some of y'all stopped doing something and it made you who you are right now. Yes, it led you to bossing up. Some of y'all, it could have led you to somebody else. Maybe some of you are in a relationship. For others of you, it's not about you being in a relationship. It's just like your energy has changed. You're pursuing the things that you want to pursue. You're saying the things that you want to say. You're showing up in a way that's very confident. You're no longer like worried about how other people feel. You're not feeling guilty for certain things. I don't know what you were feeling guilty for in the past, but this could even be like feeling guilty for like what you wanted to say or how you wanted to show up. People could tell that you weren't being 100% yourself. I feel like now somebody in this pile, you don't care. You don't care. And this has got, I feel like it's not only just this person. This has everybody kind of viewing you differently. Okay, some people are really having like tower moments. They're shocked. They're shocked by who you're showing up as. Yes, because some of these people may have wanted to make a move towards you or say something to you or approach you, but I don't think they've seen you properly until now. Some people are seeing you fully now. Some people are recognizing your worth now because you recognize your worth. Because you stopped telling people your plans. Because it's kind of giving me the vibe of like you stopped announcing what you were going to do and you just did it. You stopped worrying about how other people felt and you just lived. You know? Some people may be viewing it as like, oh, you're not listening to your intuition, or are you sure that's how you want to show up? But other people are looking at it as like a jab at them because they're like, wow, I didn't know this person had it in them, or I didn't know this person wasn't competing for me or competing with me, or I don't know. Somebody didn't know you didn't care. Somebody didn't know you didn't care. Or that you weren't playing a game too. Or that you weren't doing certain stuff for them. You just have been living your life. Your advice here is to keep living your life. Because for some of you, this person may want your attention or want to be cool with you now or want to talk to you now, but I don't feel like this person is offering you anything of value. I feel like all the value arrived in your life after you chose to stop focusing on this person. Yeah. Like at one point in time, you really could have been waiting. Some of y'all were waiting for like a commitment from this person. You were waiting for more of, an apology from this person. Some of y'all could have been waiting for this person to see you as relationship material, to see you as someone worth listening to. Like if this is like a job situation, some of y'all, you could have wanted this person to see you as someone that you should be working with or something like that. And I kind of get the vibe that like this person is more so upset about the fact that you were able to find happiness or success on your own time rather than without having to address them, rather than it being a thing where it's like, oh no, like I really want to work with you or I really want to be with you. Somebody's seeing that you can do bad all by yourself, pile 3. Okay? Or good all by yourself. It's like you stop resisting who you're supposed to be. Okay? You stop trying to prove yourself to people. And I love that. I love that that's like a part of the theme for this full moon and all the piles. I'm getting this vibe where people are no longer trying to prove themselves to people, prove themselves of being worthy or prove themselves of being worth celebrating or things like that. Like no more trying to fit in. Make your own lane. If you aren't already in your own lane, make your own lane. Especially with this year being the fire horse year. Like, yeah, stop trying to be seen as acceptable. And figure out what's acceptable to you. Just be happy. Live your life and be happy. Any more advice for pile 3? What does pile 3 need to release? Pile 3, if there's any part of you that's been trying to compete, or maybe any part of you that's been worried about other people judging you and things like that, even if there's any part of you that has told yourself that you have more enemies than supporters, let that go. Because I actually feel like you have more support than anything. And the people that want to judge you or who are acting like, I don't know, the people that are acting like they don't like what you do, these are people that are just surprised that you are no longer on that same timeline. I think you've evolved past whatever timeline these people are on. Some of y'all have quantum leaped into a new timeline, like a whole new reality. And the people who are most bothered by it are people that just did not join you. Okay? That doesn't mean they aren't on their right path, but I'm just getting like you're on a different path now. So, and they may be telling you like you're on the wrong path, or are you sure you want to be on that path? Or I didn't expect you to go down that route. I feel like whatever route you're on is the route for you. Yeah, you need to close out cycles where things aren't growing or where you feel like you can't grow. Yes, literally, you need to accept love because you're going to be receiving a lot of love around this moon. A lot of people want to show you love. A lot of people like who you are. You need to be okay with change and progress because things are moving forward. I feel like there's a lot of forward progression in this pile. And you need to be okay with being happy. Like some of y'all could be like coming off so stoic to some people, but I feel like in your life, like on your own time, you're actually very happy. And the people who feel like they didn't expect you to be this way or didn't expect you to change like this and all of that stuff, it's because they weren't like, I want to say like these are people that may have previously been either really close to you or they were able to see what type of progress you were making up close. Maybe they had intel on how you were showing up. Maybe these are people that you were looking for approval from at some point in time. Or this is like people who, again, felt like you were predictable. Like they felt like they could predict what you were going to do next. But I feel like how you chose to change after this period of being kind of like judgy about yourself or restricted somehow, is something that they could not have predicted. Like some of you are really thriving. And I don't care how you feel you look, how much money you got in your bank account, whatever's going on. Some of you are really at the top of your game and you're only getting better with time. So you being authentic is really aligning you with something super good. You have adversity. I accept that challenges are the best way to learn. Empathy. I'm open to seeing both sides of a situation. And acceptance. I'm learning to accept the things that I cannot change. Yeah. Some of y'all, there's some things that you can't change from the past. There's some things that you can't change in the present. But I feel like you are empathizing with yourself when it comes to the mistakes that you've made, or maybe the flaws that you have, or maybe even when it comes to how people are choosing to judge you, if people are judging you for the challenges that you've had to face. There's like this energy here of you knowing that things have been rough, or people knowing that things have been rough for you, but you never let it stop you. You never let it hold you back. You never let it break you down. You just kept moving forward. You just keep moving forward, and you kept moving forward. And it's like, this is impressive to people. This is also kind of triggering to people. Like, I feel like you're turning like haters into fans or something, Pile 3. Like, I feel like you have people who are in your energy that thought that they were competing with you, or thought that they didn't like you until they saw you not care. And now they love you. And now they love your vibe. And now they think you're cool. And now they think you're hot. And now they want to be cool with you. And now they want to join whatever you're doing. And it's odd, but I feel like this is something that comes with you being yourself. Because something about how you show up is very significant. That's why I said, like, even down to this whole, like, king, queen, prince, like, princess type of vibe. Some of y'all are showing up in an energy of knowing your worth, knowing you're royal, knowing you're divine. And these people are seeing it, and they're like, oh yeah, that's right. Like, you are divine. You didn't need me to tell you. Or, wow, yeah, like, I love this. I love this energy. But it's like, they love it because they're starting to feel like they don't have access to it. I don't think these people have access to you the same way they used to. Okay, so these are people that are starting to realize, like, that their tactics didn't work. That if they wanted to make you feel small, that didn't work. That if they wanted to make you feel like you were doing something wrong by choosing your own path or doing your own thing, that didn't work. Like, these people are starting to notice that it's working because you're not listening to them. It's working because you don't care how they feel. It's working because you're not focused on them, and that may be triggering. But also, for some reason, it's making them want to be around you. For self-care, you have 43, 52, 13, 8, and 17 as numbers that are relevant. Somebody could be a Leo, a Virgo, a Cancer, a Leo, a Scorpio, an Aries, a Taurus. And that's what I'm seeing so far. Somebody could also be born in 88, born in 77. Somebody in here is an artist or creative of some sort. I don't know what field of work you're in that is art related, or if that's something that you like to do on the side, but you definitely need to create art around this moon, or create art as a hobby, or just get creative in general. This is a great time to get creative. Scorpio energy definitely would help you create something very deep or interesting, or maybe even unexpected. So tap in. You also have rest. Some of y'all need to rest. Some of you would benefit from going for a walk, going outside, and possibly doing yoga with some form of chanting in it. Heavy on the energy work. Like, I almost get the vibe that it's like, no matter how like similar you look, like maybe some of y'all look how you've always looked, something about you has changed energetically. I don't know what you've done recently. That's what I'm saying. Like, somebody in here, you've quantum leaped somehow. Something about your energy feels different. Some of y'all could physically look different. Maybe some of you have been like going to the gym or working on your skin or working on your health, and you do look like you've improved. But some of you, it's not even about you improving physically. It's like people are seeing how you show up and how your energy feels, and they are surprised. They are surprised because they can tell that you know that you are special or important. Like, you know your worth. And maybe at one point in time you didn't. Okay? For a love oracle, you have imagine all unwanted thoughts dissolving into light, creating room for new opportunities and possibilities for life. Yes, for that to come out as a love oracle, I feel like this is like a sign that you loving yourself is really working. No need to focus on the negative. You got new opportunities coming in, Pile 3. You also have don't make decisions based on guilt or what you think you should do, for it is only in being true to yourself that you can be true to others. Yes. Some of y'all, there could be somebody in your energy that wants to deal with you. And I don't know if this is someone that you want to be with or not. Some of y'all, you really got to use your discernment, but I kind of get the vibe that this is someone that's coming in because, I don't know, like either they were trying to act like you weren't that great in the past, or there's just an energy here of you changing, and this this person feeling like now they want parts, you know what I mean? You also have the love oracle that says transformation. Your relationship with one another is about to deepen. Love conquers and transforms all things. All right. So if you're in a relationship, or if you want to entertain this person, this relationship could definitely be getting deeper. And then bottom of the deck, it says secret admirer. Someone has deeper feelings for you than they are letting on. Yeah, some of y'all. Somebody got feelings for you. Okay. Hope you ain't loving the crew. How many bodies you got? Pray it ain't more than a few. Somebody in here. Somebody's about to spin about you. They coming back around. Somebody coming back around, y'all. Okay, so I don't know what that's about. Let's see. What's a mantra? Mantras for pile 3. You have my fearless freedom lights up the world. Yes. Some of y'all, my fearless freedom lights up the world. People are seeing how free-spirited you are, how authentic you are, how bright your light is, and they love that. Okay, you are a bright light in dark times. Some of y'all are guiding people forward through your own authenticity, through your existence. You may not even know how significant your existence is. You may not even be doing anything like, you know, me talking about this may sound like this is someone like doing something like they're posting, like they have a profession or anything like that. You could be in some sort of field, whether you're a reader or a psychic or anything, and you could be supporting people by giving them hope or spreading light or something like that. But others of you, you literally could just be existing. You could be posting pictures or posting quotes or just like showing up in an energy that lets people know that you love yourself and everyone else should love themselves too. And you're moving into a new cycle of life and you're excited for the new and all of this stuff, or you're changing. And people are really like moved by this energy. Like somebody in your energy is very moved by this. You also have, it says, my outer experiences are a reflection of my internal condition. Yes. Some of y'all, your life is improving because you're doing shadow work. You've done the inner work. You're closing out some sort of old cycle and you're rising, okay? You also have, I let go of the shadow of the past by seeing someone for the first time with the eyes of love. All right, somebody in here, love could be coming your way. Okay, I'm hearing Love Calls Your Name by Kim. Somebody's name could be Kim. Somebody in here, Love Calls Your Name. Somebody saying it's nowhere to hide. Okay, I don't know what that's about. Some of y'all got love coming in. So some of you need to let go of the shadow of the past. Maybe that is something that you're doing. Maybe you're letting go of the negative experiences you've had in love so that you can love someone new properly, or so that you can be open to love. And I feel like people are noticing this. Okay, and if you have anybody from your past that probably wishes they would have taken a chance on you, they coming back around. You also have too, it says attack, pain, fear, judgment, and any form of separation are merely calls for help. So I don't know what that's about. That could be about you. That could be about people around you. Some of y'all, some people may have wanted you to help them, or I don't know. Yeah, like maybe somebody was mean to you or competing with you or something in the past for the wrong reasons. It was a call for help. Under that card, you have, I'm unapologetic about what I desire and trust that what I will focus on will grow. So some of you are definitely being unapologetic, but I don't know about that card, about the attack, pain, and all of that. Either some of you were in an energy where you were a bit more defensive in the past because maybe you felt like you needed other people to help you, but now you've kind of broken out of victim mentality or feeling kind of helpless, and you're in a space where you look empowered, you feel empowered, and people are drawn in by that. Or some of you could have had somebody in your energy that was attacking you or maybe afraid of you or were treating you some type of way in the past because they needed your help. Okay, so take that how it resonates. I don't know how it does, but you know, you'll know. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, turn on your notification bells. Check the description box down below to book a personal reading. Book a personal reading if you need further guidance.